Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mountain Dew League quarterfinals of the Oceanic region. I am Bemi. Along with me is Bides. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. It's been a while since I've casted some CS, but nothing changes when it comes to Counter-Strike. It's shoot the head and try and get a bomb plant with a win. What are they doing? There's no knife round. They're straight into the pistol, and the shots are happening through the midsection of Inferno here.
Well, certainly a little bit back and forth, isn't it? Well, I was
Not
expecting
really.
the knife round as well. But just to talk about this a little bit, because it looks like Breakaway is just going to go ahead and just take this
I
down.
thought they
Little-
you know what? That's how much of a noob and how long I haven't been here for. I thought they actually started that because there was some resets going on, but I can see at the top it's not the case. Look, mate, you're going to be the bounty king for this one. You're going to be telling me what's happening with these two teams, how they've been progressing throughout the ladder that they play on, the Mountain Dew ladder. That is, we're in finals. This is the quarterfinals. So obviously, winner progressing into the next stage, into the semis. So real important games coming up.
Oh, very crucial indeed. Anything really that comes into a single elimination bracket, doesn't matter what round it is, it's all the life on the line. Breakaway starting off on a good footing, and it's not really a surprise. They recently were playing in the, back in March 14th, the LPL Pro League in Season 1, and they actually beat AVANT Gaming in overtime. So,
close match.
A little bit of that play behavior we're going to see a really good one. Like, Breakaway is still a little bit, I would say, the underdogs coming into this, but they're still going to make this very, very close. Like, Andy has been an amazing offer for them, and on top of that, they have just been really on top of their crossfire formations. Like, I see a lot of the time Breakaway on Dust 2, and they pretty much... They don't go to that map. Their opponents choose that, and they just immediately master everything. Like, mid control is so good, and when I see them on Inferno, Banana is pretty much just it's a wipeout for them. So we'll see how Avant's going to do. Avant recently has been doing here or there, still consecutively winning, but only just by a hair or going in OT. So we'll see how they go. I'm going to be half glass full about it and just say that Breakaway, we're going to see some major pop off. And a good tag to begin with.
There's some maps being played out today on this quarterfinal. Inferno, obviously, the first as the boys are warming up at the moment in their the aim into position. Over past the second map. Now, look into it. It says TBA for the third. Can you give me a little insight on what's potentially going to be a third if it goes one apiece?
Good question. Let me go ahead and check that out for you right now, as I will.
I wonder if I just refresh the page and not tell me.
Mirage.
There you go. It's picked up. There. Jeez.
Okay.
All right.
And Mirage is also a really good map for Breakaway. I really have enjoyed seeing them on there. It's been not really their most specifically best map, but it has been a very strong map for them. They have made a lot of baiting of like trying to rotate to side A, but actually are going to side B, using that mid towards kitchen. Really good stuff there. Very strong. Overall, just really good of just like a good mental game over at Mirage, which is really fun. So Overpass may be something that goes into Avant. If this went to a third game, wouldn't be surprised at all.
Just looking at it all, are we getting a start underway or are we still waiting?
Are there rounds still happening for you? Because right now Breakaway is 2-0 for me.
Yeah, it's 2-0 down round 3. So interesting. I think the early rounds have gone.
But I don't see the word warm up. I think we are live. Yeah, this isn't warm ups. These are actual games.
Yeah, they're actual rounds. Okay, all right. Well, that's how much I've missed, Bernie. You have to carry me through this one. Well, 3 rounds to Breakaway Esports. They had guns at the start. There's no pistol rounds. That's what's going on?
No, there was a pistol round, but it was basically, long story short, that pistol round was so fast, and we talked over it real quickly, establishing everything, that they pretty much just wiped the floor with Avant.
Well, there you go. The boys setting back up. The split here at the terrace. That's the Avant Gaming side. Have to be careful. They did a slow push up a Banana a little bit easier. A little bit before. There's 2 down, and Lama still on the well just to hold that position. That's a solid hole as they work up. Banana has holding it as well, and they're just going to stop this push and then this round early.
Yeah, pretty much just shutting it down. Avant has not been aggressive at all, just trying to challenge anything, and You know, Breakaway, they haven't needed reads to like try to chase them down or do any aggressive pushes on the CT side. I mean, on the CT side, you really don't need to push. You just need to basically survive the onslaught of utility that is thrown with smokes and molotovs and flashes, whether on site B, where you're just kind of just holding it down on flower beds, or just like construction towards coffin, or you're on site A hanging out in pit, and maybe even library, just to mess up your opponent a little bit. A little bit of a weird nade, as it does a little bit of damage to their teammate. Oh dear.
Well, they're working
tagging.
Working through a banana at the moment, and they've cleared out the site. The bomb will go down, so AVANT gang finally in. That's all about that CT retake, although Wyther is going to stop any sort of quick push coming through the CT spawn.
Slow down process, but time bank is still in their favor. They do have the kit coming out, so they're not really in any rush quite yet, but they do need to commit very, very soon. Nice flush out with the incendiary. And they will take out llamas. Do they try to go for this round? It looks like they're just going to go fall back and save. They're really good on economy for the most part. Well, not amazingly, but still very strong enough to like buy into it, and saving onto the op and a little bit of utility does go a long way. And they're in a 4-round lead, so I mean, well, 3-round now, but like starting out with a 4-round lead, you can sacrifice a couple of rounds to make the economy still very much in your favor. So, you know, good on Breakaway for reading into that situation, trying to go into it, but realizing that maybe time-wise was not on their side, even if they had the kit, and giving it a round to AVANT. And I would still say they're in pretty good position, especially with Andy and Nauseous going on the double up setup. So they're probably going to just set up on A, get things really nice and comfy, and maybe try to bait a couple of things if they try to push banana.
Good rounds in terms of saving the economy. Now we're getting a little bit of aggression coming from AVANT through to the A side section. Yonya and J1 taken out very quickly as they clean. There's one left in pit, and that's Lamos. Kenny Hold, that's the smoke, taking out the molly. They got the site down, and they have taken the last player in pit. So 2 left for Breakaway, and very quickly AVANT, 2 successful pushes into site and plants. I would say that the CTs are going to hold off and not retake the site.
No surprise there. Still want to hold on to as much money as possible, and they want to, fortunately, just Andy. By the way, Yivna is actually Andy backwards, just so you know. Andy is dropping that grenade, not really expecting a full aggressive rush. Probably just was expecting them to just slowly push through apps, as AVANT really hasn't committed to any place. So AVANT catching them off guard, committing to a site and just rushing into it. And now they got a little bit of momentum going into their favor. Only losing a member, still has a little bit of utility. Got some nice AKs, the AWP in the hand. They were able to take an AWP out of Andy and not allow Breakaway to be able to recover that. So they are denting the economy a little bit. Still, Breakaway very much in contender to keep their lead going, and it's still early into the first half for anything to happen. AVANT could still come back with a lead, but we have to wait and see what happens.
More quick movements for AVANT as they move into position. See if they can catch Breakaway Esports up a little bit. Now, they were aggressive at Banana, trying to get into the section to take a peek with that AWP. A couple rounds ago, it really took a little bit of health out and exposed that open area. This time, they're just being a little bit more passive, holding it out molly as well, so not allowing them up too early. They will put some counter flashes out. They know they're coming up. Still holding 3 at A, so this general split for Breakaway Esports, they don't really want to give this round away. J1 is an interesting one with the good old shotty. See how he goes.
Nicely done. Oh, it was really good positioning. Just waiting for them to come AVANT to break away and seeing what the result of. Nadia is probably out of this round for the most part, as they are at 1 health, which is not necessarily good, because if you're at 1 health, the next shot is probably going to kill you, statistically speaking.
Does that flashbang still take 1 HP? Does it still do it?
Who knows? Maybe if it I think if it dinks off of them, that would be pretty nuts.
That was a CS and 1.6 move, and Hazza lines up the last 2 as they try to enter into the B-bomb side. No success for Avant Gaming, and Breakaway Esports stopped the roll that was starting to happen for Avant. Again, it comes down to this, Burmy. They were patient in not peaking. They allowed Avant to come up into sort of the aggressive positions where you're going to make the picks, and they held the lines a lot stronger than Breakaway.
It's absolutely a little bit of that is column B, but column A is also just the fact that Avant, sometimes they'll rush into a site, but then after that will not commit further plays. And the hesitation allows CT to set up like this. Oh my god, Hazard. Well, he's done for the day.
Very aggressive and flashed as well. Was able to lock on to the players and get the 2 shots, clearing out the banana. Now it's left just for Avant to play the A-bomb site, and the rotation in Breakaway Esports is happening. And they're pretty much shutting this down. There is one left in sight, though. And that's...
Oh, no!
Lifer. He's gone. Bomb down, though. It's the last one left, and that's Raz. And he's going to take one out, Andy, and it's not there left. So 1v1.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, they managed to close that out. They made this round very expensive. And looks like Raz was just ready for that. Able to pick up the AWP as well. Save a little bit of money for the team, and now, I mean, that actually could be a big momentum turner. This actually was a very huge round that could have gone either way. So now, Avant winning that round, you could actually start tying things up and building off of that momentum. The fact that they just lost 2 ops on the side of Breakaway makes things super expensive. Now you see there's like, you know, only armor, little to no utility, just a couple of flashes and whatnot. So we're going to see maybe a little more aggressive plays. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness! 3K down onto Nana, and that was a very quick push from Avant, recognizing that the AWP was there, but M4, absolute craziness coming from Azza. Soldier will take J1 out, and he'll leave the bomb hanging back, and, well, you're going to have a look at Soldier. He's at backside, and he's got to try and make a play on 3 of the CTs.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to pull a fast one over them, and, wow. Breakaway right now just honestly are able to adapt to situations very, very well. Like that. Oh my gosh. They're also not afraid to trade, and they've been in very good position to trade. Not just from a standpoint of economic-wise, but just in a round lead-wise. They can take more gambles. They're able to afford it more. They're like, if we give a round to Avant, so be it. If we get the trade successfully, and we have like a weapon advantage or just something that we can carry over to the next round, even better. And you know, Breakaway just literally took back the weapons that Avant had just stolen from them. So wow, this is really good. They probably are not going to go back to the double op setup right away, as they don't have the money for it, but they have sort of said to Avant, okay, we're going to go for a slight eke round because we really need to get a full buy, because we just really need everything. We need to be armed to the teeth to be actually go up against Breakaway. So let's see how they do that. Killing the chickens, not a big fan of, by the way.
Yeah, Avant needs some entries into sight, just with the one B's to the heads, and that's all I can say, the old school term. I'll tell you what, haven't used the apartments as of yet as an advantage push. So this is something I would expect Breakaway not to sort of expect. In fact, they actually set up 4 for A, so there's no information coming from a Bananas and B bomb site. The first one goes down, Andy. Well, he's saying, thank you very much. I'll finish this off. Hazard lining up, Diggity out. And they're going to hold back here, Avant.
Have their information. Ooh, Soldier and Raz able to find a couple of kills of their own. Certainly make it expensive. And also another thing that Breakaway has been able to do is that a lot of the times Avant has, I think, out of 3 or 2 of the 11 rounds they've done, or 10 rounds they've done so far, they've only been able to plant the bomb those times. So that is also $600 being denied, which is also pretty huge if you chunk it up over time. So that's also another thing that's been very difficult for Avant. So
I think what it's going to do to them end game is to struggle them. To be able to buy guns is a couple of aggressive moves from Andy. Probably needs to hold back a little bit and let that side go. But what it does, it takes the utility away from end game. So really, they've got to look to try and get that bomb down a little more.
A little bit of prioritization may need to come into play, and that's where maybe that hesitation is coming in. Do they try to take on this team fight and then worry about the bomb later, or do they work on trying to get just, the site cleared and just try to get that bomb planted? Where's the value
I wouldn't mind a couple fakes, and I can realize that this is happening here. They managed to get the rotation, make all the sound at A once again, and they have that 4 stack. The best thing is they picked up Andy early, so they can play this 5-man situation until they realize there is nothing else coming. So the quick rotation back.
Ooh.
Only if they moved quicker, they would have had that bomb site easy. Now it's going to give Breakaway time to get back into position as they hold the split.
Yeah, this is huge. Oh, and they have the information. They know exactly where it is. So both sides know that they are there and the rotations are happening. So who can get the best out of somebody? Oh, they're already going to go ahead and flush out at barrels. We'll see what happens after that. Oh, God.
Well, I think the scoreboard speaks for itself as it flashes down on the right. CT is cleaning up the terrace, although there is a big shot coming out in the corner, and the bomb will be able to go down 2v1 at this point. Can Soldier hold this off and use the bomb to his advantage?
This is really smart. I'm just going to hold it to construction. They can fake out a plant. There's only J-Raw has a kit. Mamos is going to see what they can do. They're just going to grab the kit from one of their dead allies, see if they can fight. Oh, yeah. Okay.
2v1 very hard. You need to at least pick out one player before they get on the bomb. Make it the 1v1, then you can play that situation a little bit better. Although, like you said, we're talking about Avant Gaming not putting the bomb down, money, economy being an issue. I think they'll hold off the next couple of rounds until we get to the halftime swap over.
Well, it's getting pretty much near the end of the first half, so it's not as big of a deal as it would be earlier. But now we just have to wait and see how it works out. Because right now, like you said, also the utility just not there as much as they need to be. It's one thing to use this to get onto the site. It's another thing to hold down the site while you're facing the CT to let the time wither down. Because that's another 30 seconds that you have to deal with. And smokes help break up team fights. You turn a 1v2 into 2 1v1s with the smoke if you get it in the right positioning. So stuff like that really helps out. So we have to wait and see. They've already dropped a lot of utility, not able to afford much, and Breakaway, even though they've lost Andy once again, they're still in a good position.
It must have the permission to go a little bit aggressive here and spot and try and get early picks on Avant, but that's twice now we've seen from Andy where he's gone forward and it's gone against them. Although we're seeing a setup here for the A bomb side entry. Mouse Breeder able to take the first frag in, and now they secured a side out. All the smoke covers and takes out the CTs. That's all the T's working their game advantage, leaving one left in Breakaway. Noisia. How do we say that? Noisia? Noisia. Beautiful. Okay, well, he's going to hold that up, but I suggest they'll hunt him down.
Man. It took me like 2 months to figure out that Andy or Yitna was just Andy backwards.
Well, they do it. Every team has them. It's been like that for the last 15 years, mate. Back at 1.6, they used to do it reverse. So there's nothing new there. It's old school. Absolutely old school. So, Avant, with round 13, able to pick up the 4th and at least put themselves into this match, Burmy. I would say 5 rounds as a T side. Still very a great advantage for Avant Gaming. Breakaway Esports, probably that rotational point where they're splitting off. I think Avant could do a little bit more to exploit that as well.
I think so too. I think if they do get it where they just have a 5-round lead and it turns out to be just like 9-5 or sorry 10-5,
that's a realistic,
not bad.
Realistic score, I think, for Avant. It's a 9-5, not their favor. Breakaway done really well at early games, so that's them clawing back in this match and holding on.
Yeah, I agree, and I think those rounds where it's just a few rounds away, and if you definitely win it makes a pistol round even more crucial, just to at least get that momentum. As much as it's not economically an advantage anymore, it's still a momentum advantage. That's a lot of utility.
Yeah, a lot, and it's just completely covered everything. So it's stray shots throughout the side, and the Avant Gaming just taking control. I think this is Breakaway. You just back right out and don't even bother.
Yeah, especially if you want to hold on to as much weapons as you can. The economy is almost not really there for Breakaway. Just the way they kind of been investing into their equipment and weaponry. just going in right away with just the money that they have has kind of made a little bit of a wonky economy for them, just because they wanted to keep the lead in whatever way possible, trying to adapt in different play styles. So it does make things a little bit tricky for them, but again, they're still in a lead, so it's not really the end of the world. But AVANT may be able to make this more a 9-6 in their favor if they're gonna have an economy like this. They will have some money going into this. They might even go for a slight eco round, or just go for a full save and just kind of let Llama.
Well, they're not buying up.
Okay.
So they'll play for the last round of the half and stick with the pistols. I think there's an upgraded pistol there as well. So no, I didn't. Thanks for the correction. Someone's telling me it's not the last round half. I said they might be going for the buy for the last round and a half. Regardless, it's the second last one. So it's AVANT starting with the first, and I would expect this one to go quickly.
Yeah, I expected as well. I think what they're doing here is they're just going to let Llamas chill out, and then after that, they're just going to go ahead and let them have the round, but have a round that they can just fully buy into, and then make it a 9-6 in their favor, which is very understandable and reasonable.
Yeah, great pick into the bomb side of B, and they've completely secured it. So managed to hold the rotation of Breakaway at A, and then have the 3-on-2, and just made the entry picks all the difference right now from AVANT that we didn't see start game coming into this middle game of half. They have really put the aim back into this game to get themselves back into it. I suggest that this is going to be the 6th.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean, see them back.
Well, I don't think I'm going to lie on this point. There's no challenge from Breakaway Esports, so it's going to be a 6th round.
You never know.
You never know. I think at this point,
they could just leave the server.
Try and clutch. Why not? I suppose they're wanting to secure the 15th round with a full buy. But Breakaway Esports, it's funny thing with momentum, Burmy, not hitting their shots, not holding the sights. That could put a little bit of doubt. But suppose these guys have practiced and well practiced that they'll go right that round over, out the door, we won't even remember it now. This is the solid round. This is where they've got to hold, use the utility properly, get them that 9th round going to half, and have that advantage going into the next half.
Well, here we go. You can absolutely go crazy here. Just spend all the money that you so desire, and now Breakaway, they're going to try to make this a 9-6. Will it be a 9-6 or an 8-7? If it's an 8-7 AVANT, it's going to be a happy camper. But already right off the bat, a little bit of chip damage coming into Elusive, and every point of HP counts, so, you know, let's see how they do in retaliation. Not going to find any results there, and looks like AVANT's playing just a slow game right now, not really trying to pressure anything, maybe try to bait out some utility coming in from the CT side, but it looks like either way, A is going to be the site for them.
We're moving in at the moment. Counts, so Sedentary just holding them at a bay. They're deciding whether they're going to push this or we're going to get a little cheeky peek from Breakaway. They're being super passive here, holding the site. This can be good for a crossfire, but can quickly fall apart. They actually might do a little sneaky here and just run them through arches. They do have one there from the rotation point. He's backed up, and looks like they're going to elect to rotate back through Banana and hit this bomb site. Oh boy, tell you what, it is going to be an epic push for Andy to handle here.
Saving Private Andy is the name of the game right now, so... Oh god, they did not save him. But we'll see if they can still save the mission. We'll get Raz, but they are trading it out. It is 2v2, and the health advantage is for Breakaway, especially time as well. And the bomb is in an awkward position. They do have it. Elusive
he's got to wait for his teammate here, doesn't he?
He's going to go for the plant. Go ahead and allow that plant. Elusive. I'm just going to let him come to him. Oh! Wow, hazard.
Just a matter of milliseconds there, and it could have been a frag for Elusive going against him. There's a flash, and they picked him up. So we'll take the round. Breakaway Esports saving their guns before the half, and then coming out with a full buy-up, able to hold off a rampant AVANT Gaming that struggled early game, and then came back into mid-game doing really well. The question is, do AVANT on CT's side have the setup, have the crossfires to hold Breakaway Esports from making a rampant push into the end game and taking a full advantage here?
Well, Avant's going into CT, which is good for them, especially with the way that they're playing very passively, and pistols are going to be very valuable here. All things considered, just the way that Avant were playing, the fact that it's a 6-9 is very good for them. Just from the standpoint of, like, it could have been just such a massive lead that Breakaway could have kept up with the momentum. But the fact is that once Breakaway started midway through the first half, respecting them a little bit more in their plays, and Avant were committing to more, not being hesitant about pushing through smoke, we were seeing a lot of better results. So let's see how they do. Starting off, Breakaway gets the first kill. Record time fast in this pistol. So starting off good.
The aggression, though, Avant just playing up in apartments at the moment. Just only if Miss Burrito realised what was walking around him, and he's just let all of them go as they head into sight. The question's been asked as well, where's the information out for Avant game? They're just going to hear this bomb get planted and go, oh crap, it's behind us.
Yeah, that was
and
a huge kill for them, actually.
Yeah,
Soju dying in the parts. Yeah. Soju dying in apps is just kind of like left them in the dark. Because they didn't know if it was maybe 2 or the rest of the team just pushing on to Breakaway. So that's a pretty huge kill right there. They're just going to see what they can do. Waifu does manage to find a kill onto Andy, but not enough times as J-Ra just lets them come to him. And yeah, there's no time to defuse this bomb. No kit, no nothing. It's the first pistol round, and Breakaway just takes back this momentum, and now in the double digits.
You can't really break a pistol round down, but you can see where they went wrong. Avant decided an aggressive strategy to try and exploit second mid, and at the point when they flashed, it was a three-man headshot practically shooting at them. If one missed, the other was going to go. So I've seen that position exploited in the last half as well, where Andy went down really quickly for Avant pushing up as a T side. So I think that's a strategy that both teams just need to flick out of the book and go, all right, we're leaving that alone unless it's completely unexpected with the splits. Now they're going to have to be super aggressive, Avant, if they're going to have a chance at holding off Breakaway esports.
Yeah, but Breakaway right now, just in no rush. They have so much utility, and they know that they are either gone for a slight eco round or a full save. So, wow.
What a flick, Raz.
Deagle. Deagles are powerful. Oh, hello. Things are getting awkward now. Breakaway are able to find a kill onto Waifu, but okay, well, they managed to lock this down, but things can still be awkward if Elusive and Raz want to try anything, or at least damage the economy just a little bit more.
They've got the utility to make something here. It's just whether it's the positioning for these two. They're completely split on the site and unable.
Whoa.
Wow, Raz, I tell you what, he has been hot with the Digger one out. Why not go for the 4K? I believe he's got 4. He's got 2 right now, so last 2 could be for him. Now waiting for Elusive. And Elusive's been spotted, so this is Raz having to do it all himself. Pops one out! Oh my goodness, Raz makes it a 1v1 against an AK. He's got a ticking bomb, so he has to be aggressive. He's got the sight look. He's looking to find. He got to know there's one to the right of him right now. He does. He turns too late though, and Hazard holds the round off Breakaway to take 11.
Oh my God, Raz could have turned that. Well, I mean, honestly.
Well, he turned it on the head, didn't he?
Really, yeah, they did certainly. I mean, but really smart Breakaway. Hazard was not really. I'm sorry, not. Yeah, Hazard was not really in any rush. They knew that there was like probably. There was a very low percent that they actually bought a kit that time, so they didn't have to play aggressively. So they could have just waited for them to come, and they certainly did. So, I mean, even if Raz did get the kill at that point, it was probably not. It was probably still going to go in the round of Breakaway. But they could have made it even more expensive. But they certainly did a great job either way. Oh no. Okay.
Well, they've gone down and left Jungle and Library open, which gives Breakaway Sports the ability to wrap this site quite well. They get Diggity cleared out, and it's just leaving one left in the apartments to figure out how he's going to play this one. And he's got the Uber shotgun. I'll call it anything. I'll give it a good name. You got a name for this gun? Apart from the default? You got to name it. It's so epic when it goes off.
Why do you call it the Uber shotgun?
I don't know. Oh, because it just kills people so good. It's the best gun you can get out there, I guess, in terms of shotties.
Are you calling like Uber drivers very good killers, or?
Well, I don't know. There's a stat out there for Uber drivers, but yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, you got me.
Or are you calling like the well-known Australian Overwatch caster Uber a killer caster, or calling the shots because he is a shot caller technically to play Breakaway?
Oh, they've held off here, and Breakaway Sports now rolling into the 12, leaving well, only 4 more left for them to take this first game. Yeah, I think you were digging the hole so far deep. You weren't ever coming out of it, Bermy. It was going to be me soloing class the next one.
Man.
Uber, like fantastic. It's just another describing word. I take it you're not Australian, are you?
No. Last I checked.
Where you from, Bermy?
I'm from. I'm technically Middle Eastern, but I live in the good old USA.
Oh, there you go. All right, I figured it was a little bit different, but you got a bit of Aussie CS, so it's all about the Uber.
Oh, I love Oceanic CS:GO and also APAC as well.
Well, a couple early frags in the round 4 of the second half, and Raz, well, he's gonna eat that bullet as he jumps through to try and rotate here, but it's unfortunate.
They can't do much. They have little to no utility. They have just nothing to fight it. They either just wait for the smoke to fade out and then get shot down, or they push through the smoke and hope to God there's nobody at the end still hanging out there waiting for them to just push through and die.
This is really hard as well to read Breakaway. They are literally rotating from left to right and is keeping the noise up, even though there's information to be read. You can't tell where they're coming from, and it leaves a split of AVANT Gaming to hold both sides. Have to let the bomb in, have to hide away, and potentially, well, this is a round they can take back if they want to. I suppose they have to try, or at least bring back the rounds in a couple.
I think they got to save it, because really, just look at the economy right now. For AVANT, it's not looking good.
The economy's not great, but if you're going to clutch around, this is it. This is where it has to come. You can't let Breakaway get automatic the next 2.
They're playing way too slow
and get up to 14, or at least get up to match point. Yeah, they've made the decision that they're going to save and try and catch some rotation. They do see ahead here. Lets them through. Lamos is going to take both of them out. So
wow.
Regrettably, not being in the right cross line has caught them out. And that one hurts. That one hurts a little bit. So AVANT Gaming, I think this game's gone from them. Inferno locking. It's pretty much locked down by Breakaway Esports.
Well, I'd still say put up the good fight and still try to push for even OT. But I'm sorry, I was laughing at the fact that J-Raw almost died because Breakaway, his teammates on Breakaway blocking the way out of the apartments, and if they were any closer to that bomb, they would have been dead. But either way, yeah, just right now, just AVANT Gaming, they wanna save as much as they can. It looks like they really just need full buys to even counter Breakaway, and that manipulative play that you saw from Breakaway earlier, just like baiting out utility and just like pretending that they're going to side A as opposed to side B and vice versa. If we go to Mirage, we're going to see a lot of that as well, and that is something that Breakaway's been so good, is the mind games. And honestly, that can also just tilt the team, because you go like, are you kidding me?
Wow, just absolutely lined up the head. They know where he is now. He needs to move, but he's pretty much given all the position away. They are holding this quite aggressively, the AVANT Gaming, the A bomb site, so they're holding him back right now, Breakaway.
We'll see what Breakaway does with this. Ooh, they're catching them out. I mean, hey, they got more utensils to work with, and also the time bank is in their favor, so...
Sorry, did you say utensils?
Utensils, yeah.
Sorry, you lost me, Bermy. I would say you mean utility?
No, utensils, like tools.
Okay, I'll let that one go. Continue with it, man.
I'm gonna stick to my guns. And speaking of sticking with their guns, Soldier is gonna stick to pit and get a nice kill and tag some damage onto it, and pretty much wrap this up. Lafayette setting up with a nice crossfire, even if they find him at pit. Andy's just going to try to go for the plan at the very least, but they already have that information. They're going to close it on the box, and we're just going to forget about anything I've just said, because cultural differences.
Fair enough. We're exploring. It's like a date, Bermy. We go out on a date, and you're just a conversation. There's a couple of things come up, and we both question. Oh, okay, all right. Utensils. I think I might start using that in my vocab. Adding it to the caster's vocab of Australia. Done. I just got the host going, what the heck are you talking? Stop it. Early frags here for AVANT. They take 2 down and just hold up banana. And there's going to be another one for Breakaway. Straight away on the back foot. Going to have to pull out a big shot to bring this one back.
Yeah, big time. I think actually we're just going to see AVANT just get another round. We're going to see Breakaway go for a slight eco or a
J1
full save. And then just go ahead and... yeah, J-Raw.
Soldier's got a good position here. Notices one coming out from the apartments, able to take him, rotate out. Now this gives a push for Breakaway to head up into the jungle side. Rotation though, suggesting back to B. Okay, all right. Well, that was interesting. A swapman players. Maybe they were a little bit out of position, but this is leaving 3 back at A for AVANT Gaming. Real hold for them. Shot from here, J1 has to line up this one.
Catch them off guard. Raz is just gonna take out whatever health is left, and now J-Ra is all by themselves. Ja-Ra. Who said this? Who made this name?
P.S. Bermy, no one can hear Mitch in the background. I know. He's got himself muted and he's just screaming things at us. And our pronunciation. Well, look, listen. Old days of commentary. We've known for butchering names, especially when you don't know the second. So coming back into it, it's been a while for me, and I'm quite happy to butcher him. But Jara, right there, thank you, mate. You lost your AWP. Jara. Not good enough. Breakaway Esports at the moment, allowing AVANT Gaming to come back into us. We have a double AWP set up on the CT side. Very hard to get through. Yeah, no surprise there, but Breakaway just going like, all right. You know, if we can't capture you with a full buy, well, or slight buy, then we're just going to go ahead and just do a full save. I mean, this is no surprise here. They are just going for the full save. 5K it. Oh, please. Oh, I didn't get it. I wanted a 5K coming out. Didn't happen. 3K for the Moose Breeder. Happy days for AVANT Gaming to bring themselves back into this game. And Breakaway Esports, such a solid CT side. Coming into the T's, the strategy's not really looking to try and exploit any weaknesses from AVANT Gaming or just cause mind games at this point. That is allowing some really open rounds, getting the rounds done quickly. I suppose buy-up rounds are always better to play.
Yep, very true, especially when you are just trying to deal with as much damage as you can. And right off the bat, that is how they wanted to come back swinging. Just trying to finish up this game as much as they can. Llamas does take a little bit of damage, but they do manage to get that trade.
Oh, that's a wide flick.
This is so smart. They actually made it think they're doing a push. I mean, they're going to have to be in a weird rotation on the side of AVANT Gaming. Look at that. Everybody's at banana, getting ready to push in. And
if you're AVANT, you would be asking the question, we need some information. There's no information, so a rotation needs to come in. Now the information's here, but it's too late. It's 2v4 as they hit this site, and they should be able to clean this out unless Elusive does some damage. He does at this point, but he gets taken out, and they clean this side out. They're still holding the AVANT Gaming, and the rotation coming. They might hold this off. Breakaway Esports, what are they doing?
Oh my god. Just trying to set up account for as many crossfires as they can. And this is the kind of the problem. Not hanging out back in the barrels. That's usually why people do that. It's because you only have to worry about one direction where the enemy is coming from, and you have a nice little crossfire set out. I guess we're just trying to account for, like, if they were getting flushed out by incendiaries, or something along the lines of that, where they were just not going to be able to get a line of sight on something if they were going to get flushed out in some way.
You got a 4v2 going in. And the first thing you really should be securing is those entries and flushing out the site before that bomb goes down. Really, they went in and secured. Okay, give me a bigger question. I want to know.
My bigger question is I believe that I saw in the utility that they had smokes, which they could have just easily just use that to cut off the connection of construction and be able to break up those team fights. It was great, Nate.
Well, we're not going to get caught in the last round because action's moving very quickly here for Breakaway. as we're starting to get
Quite
a
so.
little bit of knowledge from them that they like to move quickly. They're going to rotate back and see if they can capture a rotation. I believe that is
Almost
second
Raiders
mid.
ready.
That's through sewers as well. Watch this little pop up here. Oh
Soldier.
my
Are you
goodness,
kidding me,
Soldier.
dude?
They have not realised a little bit of TK
No!
coming in. And that is the cake of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And Jara will take Soldier out.
Jara.
Oh my God. Jara, the cake of the day though, taken down in the sewers of Inferno and Breakaway Esports. What are you?
That was the just debate of, do I want to knife them?
I'm so debated at this point. I think I'm going. I'm out of here. I'll see you later. This is all you, Burmy.
All right. Well, longest debate of whether to use a knife or not just happened in CS:GO history, as we are now here with AVANT in the double digits now and about to look like they're taking the next round forward, as Raz is just going to pop that head.
Yep.
And I mean, hey, like I said, the moment that AVANT has everything to work with, they go the distance. Given an inch, they make a mile. And this is where the mile has come into play. Look at that. This good utility Moose Breeders at 10k literally has had nothing to worry about for the longest of times. And now Breakaway go ahead.
Well, I just had to be speaking on terms of AVANT again. They've done well on CT. They've played aggressive when they need to at the start to be able to get themselves in position and held these stacks really well. What they haven't done is stayed in those positions when the attack's coming and lost numbers. And they've held the lines properly, being really passive in the sites. And that's what's held them up when it comes to rotation, getting the teammates back in the advantage back to them. So Breakaway Esports, a little bit aggressive on their CT
Hesitancy
side.
has been a thing, yeah.
And then now on T side, when they go in and don't get those entry frags, they don't know what they're doing in terms of trying to clear it out, and they quickly back off. Or it's funny because like you think at this time you have strategies, you execute them, you go in full team wipe, or you try and reconcile, pick up some guns. And get some picks in this game. Breakaway Esports, where it really has to matter right now for them, Burmy, is to get that entry frag into a site.
Calm before the storm, as we drop out of flashes. They try to flush out as much as they can, account for many things, but they will get a shot to the head. Raz taking a little bit of damage.
That's
they
better.
Are able to get the damage done. Yeah, absolutely. We'll have the information. Oh, no! Raz takes a shot in the dark and does find something at the end of his shot. Llamas will not be able to plant so easily, but they do have a smoke that they can split up this team fight. Oh, my God. Oh. Raz does not care.
I tell you what, it comes down to that situation again with Breakaway. They went in and you had one behind pillars and the other sitting around the corner of, what is it, construction now? Or church? What are they calling it? They're calling it church?
Church, construction.
Yeah, it's church. It's changed. So it's from what I remember now.
Some people still say construction.
That crossfire, they can see each other and they can get a little bit of a pick around the corner, and it's doing really well for them. As the double nade's going to go Nana way. Not going to affect the T side as Breakaway. They do, however, get picked through the middle. So a good strategy from AVANT, being aggressive early and then backing right off. Breakaway Esports, they get that entry, they get in, and which is AVANT lets them get in, but then from there they just fall apart. They have to really get it together now.
Yeah, they do have the soldiers still clearing out some T side in the apartments. And we'll see what they're able to do. Soldiers hanging out on bomb site A. Moose Breeder just gonna find whatever they can, and Raz is just gonna wrap it up, and they're in ruins. Absolutely, a complete 180 for AVANT right now. Breakaway just having a difficult time just countering AVANT, and you know, it seems like AVANT just had a slow start, and now they're feeling themselves. And I
think a delay. Okay, look, call me crazy here. A delayed strat. Delayed flash in push strat is called for. They allow AVANT Gaming to be the aggressor, but realize that anything aggressive could be there, and so they're playing the pure A game. which I know Breakaway Esports have. Look at this. The aggression's there. Can they spray him out, pick him up there? That is going to be a no as they clean him up. I believe that's one left in apartments as they try to wrap this site, but they've got a couple AVANT rotation already there waiting for it. It's not going to allow...
Hello.
Well, Noisia's not going to allow Moose to be able to get into position. Takes him out and drops an AWP as well. Still 2 for AVANT Gaming. Well, there's another 2 in Tees.
Yeah,
the bomb down will be
Elusive.
an advantage. Well, this is cheeky. And he's going to eat that molly.
Nice incendiary. Huge from Noisia, as they are going to be able to get the bomb plant and sort of set up a nice little crossfire.
This is one I believe AVANT Gaming got to let go here. AWP's too much to lose away. You don't want to give it, but they get the position and push it perfectly. And for the first time, we'll see AVANT Gaming heading into the lead with a bomb defusal. You wouldn't expect it at halftime with AVANT Gaming the way they were playing. It was a little bit shaky. The strategies weren't there. The entries not hitting their mark, but they held their own. Able to bring it back, and now they're looking great. Breakaway Esports, what has happened to them in this half of CS?
A good question. I think they're trying to account for way too many variables, and they set themselves up in very unique positions and not have really the utility to do it. On top of that, they haven't really been using the smokes to break up team fights from a 2v1 into 2 1v1s. They could be able to do that with the utility that they have. It's not like they haven't had the utility to use it, and they're still able to do it. They're able to get the trade, though, and that's one thing they've been very efficient in Breakaway, able to get those trades and make the situation ever so expensive and also awkward for AVANT. So you just need to see them fall through and commit some plays and see what they can do.
Well, they've snuck through jungle and able to wrap as well as house. They cleaned it out, so the A-bomb site is open. AVANT Gaming set one up for Banana a little bit quickly for a second mid rotation. Not going to be good, as we'll see Jara taking Raz down, which I would say advanced sharpshooter right now. He's been having a big game for himself, leaving this for an elusive clutch against 4. Now, this is risky, but he has to go. Not going to be elusive down. It's Andy with a shot, and they bring this back. Breakaway finally break that run of succession of rounds from AVANT Gaming. They take it to 14-all, and well, I think we're probably going to get an OT through this first game.
What a short-lived lead. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Breakaway closed this out. Right now, they have stolen back this momentum, and they are not to be trifled with the moment that they start feeling themselves again. So we'll have to wait and see. And AVANT, you know, things get shaky once they lose a couple of rounds. They don't know what to do, and they kind of put themselves all over the place. Look at this right now. They have right now 2 at B, 1 at mid, and then 2 at side A, and it's, you know, separated quite naturally.
Getting the information here, elusive. He knows nothing's close. And even more cheeky from Jara to go, right, we're still here, so you got to keep your 2 on that point. They recognize that they weren't in the midpoint, so they're going to check it again and see no one's there. So they're able to call this and probably be really aggressive. We're going to see a little bit of action here for Moose. He's going to stay out of it as the rotations very quickly, and the players go down. Moose going large with 2, looking for the third, but he's got a smoke blocking his way. Breakaway have the site cleared, the rotation called. AVANT Gaming, they don't want to give this round away. It's so crucial that they hold. Moose is waiting for his backup now. He's got it. 3-on-3 with the bomb plant. Let's see how this action rolls out. They're certainly going to go for this as this flashes hit the site. Raz, entry now. Can't see any players. The bomb is in sight. T's holding strong at pit, and the smoke's just covering everyone. It's going to leave Raz, and no one's going to peek him, so this is going to be hard for him. He sees ahead, but can't hit. Knows there's one up top, and he goes down. Breakaway Esports. Well, they've held 2, and they're the first into match point.
Match point, and knew that they didn't have to rush anything. Even when they had the kit, they just said, let's hunker down, let's just let them come to us. Usually when you're inside A, you kind of just set up and present your CT, and then you just totally destroy them. And I mean, that was really nicely done. Moose Breeder did the best they could with what they had, and they managed to get a beautiful double kill, but just unfortunately AVANT just not being able to follow up and not checking for the natural corners. It seemed like they just accounted for them all being at site A, just hanging out there, and it's really unfortunate. But this is something that does allow them to go into OT. It's a good way to start off as AVANT being able to find that first kill.
Oh,
And,
big mistake. Oh, hiding in
no bunny
garbage.
system.
Yeah, garbage hideaway. Or the cutout, whatever you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't check it, turns around and gets shot in the back. That one's got to hurt. And now, Breakaway. Well, they were in a good position going in the last round. Had the lead. Now down a couple guys. Some big shots required. Wi-Fi. He notices one around Andy. And they're literally going to be kissing outside of the smoke. Andy's son, you just need to spray through it, but he's not to know as they're walking through. No information given. Funny enough, 3 stack for AVANT Gaming at B bomb site. This is a chance for Breakaway if they can move quickly.
Oh, Soju. Taking out a pit. We managed to find 1 kill. And they see that a couple others hanging out in the hay bales. Drops a nade, doesn't... Able to find 1 kill. Are they going to be able to find the second? Not to be the case. It is now all up to Llamas, and that is just a shutdown if I've ever seen one. Raz says, you know what? You're not going to win this one easily. We're going to bring you to OT.
Yeah, overtime. The information given in that last one by AVANT, very quiet. Had the free stack already rotated. Breakaway were not to know. The numbers weren't really with them in that last round point. If they just realised that they had the situation where they could challenge and they got those entry frags into the site, they could have got in plant and probably clutched that as well and taken the first game. But you're not to know. That's the way we go. Overtime is where it's at. I tell you what, AVANT Gaming though, coming into the CT side, they looked a lot stronger. And funny enough, Breakaway Esports were also strong on the CT side. So both teams having some interesting strategies for the T side, struggling a little bit. With this overtime, we're going, what is it, six rounds? But the first of 6, whoever's on the T side really needs to make sure that they have a really good start with the overtime bonus coming through.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with that, as I feel like Breakaway's still in a good situation. AVANT's, I mean, these have been really close rounds, and AVANT has been a little shaky here and there, but I mean, honestly, there was a few moments for Breakaway.
I think your mic peaked, Burmy, but you sound all right, buddy. Keep going with your point.
Yeah, no, I just kind of stopped dead in my tracks after seeing that. But it is just honestly, we'll just have to wait and see. I think what we need to see more out them is accounting for more corners and just checking the natural places, like checking pit, checking under balcony, and just making sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket, which is what we've been kind of been seeing both sides do as of recently going into the second half. And we really need to make sure that we don't see this fatigue coming into it, because it is a best of 3. You're in, yeah.
I think Breakaway's point when the T side was when they went into these bomb sites, they weren't able to really secure those entry frags, which left them with a question mark over the head. Where are they? We need to start checking. And the crossfire started exploiting them. So there's going to need to be a little bit more cotton onto it and really capture this. AVANT Gaming aggressive down banana early, elusive looking to the ninja in himself. Knows there's one at Trey. It will take him out, and a couple more frags happening at the A bomb site. Well, this is a secure hold right now for AVANT. Or should I say, it's a 2v2. This could be completely turned around at this point. Breakaway Esports with a chance. Well, I'll hold that back, Burmy. It's Andy.
Bemmy.
What am I been saying?
You've been calling me Bernie.
You know what? Can you change your name to Bernie? I like that. Elusive. Finishes Andy off, and that's that round done. AVANT Gaming back in the lead. Bammy.
Yeah, it's like Benny with an M.
Yeah. I'm so rusty tonight. That's all good. It's all good. I'm glad to be here.
Dude, names are so hard. Like, I feel for the Overwatch League casters all the time when I like see them read names of like Overwatch players because they can go nuts with those names. So it's like, how do you even keep up with this? And how do you even keep up with this aggression from Breakaway? It looks like AVANT has the answer, dropping some Molotovs and incendiaries just to slow down the push towards Banana. Do they commit though? It looks like they're gonna fall back and try to go to A, see if they can psych him out again.
Yeah, and AVANT not giving away any early frags. So importantly, they hold the site and now just listening for information. This is where Breakaway needs to start to work that rotation and get set up with some aggression peaks through the midsection. That's how typically Inferno's played. The A bomb site needs to be exploded a little bit more here.
Very true. And we have both sides, I think, have really not used apartments all that much. Like,
no.
They just kind of rush in from mid and then just go ahead and go to the point. I think
this is a good crossfire here in terms of AVANT Gaming B bomb site, and they're about to get all the information I know. I reckon they should just chuck this over and run back.
Well, they come into the site. They do get elusive out of their nests, but they do find Hazard in the process. They actually find Andy. Oh my gosh. If it wasn't for the smoke, they would be probably all dead right now. But it is a 3v3.
This is the difference here. The rotations quickly. Breakaway inside though, and got a decent crossfire with bomb plant. This is going to be hard for AVANT Gaming. And they want to try and extend this lead going into the halftime of OT.
Oh, noisy, yeah. Oh, they might catch YV off guard, but goodness gracious, the AUG is so powerful.
J-Ra down Soju, coming through, traded out, and it's 1v1. Oh, and a big shot coming! Down from Armor. Lamas.
Oh my god, these back and forths kill me, Biza.
My pronunciation of the names is killing me, Ben.
How do you pronounce your name? Biza?
No, you got it right. You got it right.
Okay,
100%
cool.
right. I wasn't getting at you that. It was like J-Ra is one. Andy
J-Ra.
reverse.
Or Ja-Ra?
Well, no, I think it's J-Ra. John 1? John Ra?
Juan-Ra.
CS players. Classic. Hazard getting a little bit of a dink there.
Players.
Lifer really shutting out the measure with Soldier, and they're shutting this down AVANT. Not letting Breakaway really have any positional play. This one, that's going to be hard to bring back. Lamas. What can he do here? He's going to be pushed. And at the end of it, headshot by the AWP finished off, and AVANT Gaming pulled that lead back. That's half time of the OT.
So, I have curiosity. What is your idea? What is your method of pushing through long games like these when you know you have potentially 2 more games to go?
Yeah, you have to take each game as it is, Momi, and really focus on that. Have the break, go away, and come back. Look, all these players would scrim on most occasions against the top teams, and they'll do best of 3s, best of 5s, or play a couple different teams in the night. So, in terms of long game, they're used to this. They know they're going to go the distance. It's OT where it can get mentally taxing because you don't expect too much OT to happen, but when it does, it's about the mind games and thinking the strategies over and over and over. And sometimes you can overcomplicate it in terms of getting it. So really, they just got to focus on this game alone, then take that break, get that drink, get the hydration back into them. Because funny enough, they're probably sweating a little bit here in wherever they are, and trying to get themselves into a favorable position. All right, second half right now. AVANT Gaming have the lead. They've split up, and no frags as of yet, but a couple little utility use catching Soju off a little bit here.
One thing about also just OT is that it must be frustrating is that sometimes you drop plays that you may want to hold on to the second map. So we'll see. You know, or you try to keep your cards so close to your chest that it still makes it difficult. Oh, that is an awkward nade.
I didn't think you could use the skybox, but that's to my knowledge at the moment. I don't know. I suppose a man himself, Mitch, will let us know if that's legal or illegal. I'd say it is. It's legal. There you go. He tells me it's legal. So handy nades to be used to get the damage down. It's going to give an advantage to Breakaway to hold the B bomb site. At this point, Fermi, I think they probably should rotate this back here. Really waiting for the time. It's going to be an entry right now.
Just through the blindness of light, but they do manage to find them through, and actually through the smoke as well. It looks like committing to the site has rewarded them a point, and Moose Breeder has been really dangerous as I cast a curse him and bring him down. 1v3, actually not out of the realm of possibility. But they might want to try to pick up an AK or an M4 along the way, because the op is not going to do it.
He'll get one shot potentially here, and then he'll be countered straight away. There's a crossfire set up for AVANT. We've been so good on this map with the crossfires. Now a 2-round lead. They're one away from taking this OT out and the first map, which seemed to look like Breakaway's map at one point, Burmy. Now AVANT in the position for this.
Well, we saw this earlier where they had a lead with a score of 14, and then all of a sudden Breakaway just snapped and they went back into it. But this is a two-round lead now as opposed to a 1 round, so maybe things are different, especially with that nade. That means Breakaway has health advantage, but this was earlier as well, so we'll see if this is any different. That is a good sign of things that Breakaway is woke at the moment. They are not going to let them go easily or quietly. But I would love to see a little more aggressiveness coming in from Breakaway. They have been letting AVANT get nice and comfy right now.
Oh, what is that? Right here. Has
for.
one, backs off. Be aggressive from Elusive. Realize he's not going to push, and he just jumps back here. Well, the bomb's caught up to Banana. I suggest maybe they head this one back and work the positions through the midsection here. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. Cause the rotation. They should send one back and flash over. And Jara straight away. Soju down AVANT. Not in a good position here.
What did I tell you? The moment that AVANT has any kind of comfortable lead, Breakaway's like, alright, let's just roll up our sleeves again and make it even more close. You know what? Second OT, calling it right now.
Potentially going there and, well, the boys deciding what they're going to do. Head back to Banana. The B-bomb site's the call, yeah. They can heal him from a mile away. Maybe they don't have the time, so they have to move. So the utility's going to come in, and that's going to be annoying Molly to really hold him into the places. They're going to take a little bit of damage here, lose him down to 15. Noise should take one out. Wiper flicks him off. Wait, is that it? Yep, that's it. I'm so confused by that kill. Is that a nade kill? Flash kill? Molly.
No, that was the AUG. That, oh, it's a flash? Oh, okay.
All right, there you go. Flash kill. Not an actual flash kill. It was flashed while being killed, so...
I was about to say, I saw something totally different
maybe a little bit of a noob here, learning a little bit of the changes that CS has done. Me being 1.6 and CSS player commentator back in the day.
Stepping out of the time machine.
Oh man, it's a bit loopy. Didn't think things had changed that much, but yeah, they've certainly changed it at the moment. Important note to make here: AVANT Gaming still have a chance to win this one. Breakaway have to pick this round up.
Well, time's in their favor. Also, on top of that, double up setup once again. Nausea does take a little bit of a beating, but
Andy,
too bad.
Andy. Pick for you if you'd wait a second. Now they're going to give a chance. AVANT Gaming looking to push A. That's holding up for now. The noise is all there, though, so they've caused that rotation, having 4 waiting and Breakaway. Still the one left. And noise are holding A. Now the patience has prevailed, and they get the 2 frags, holding AVANT push and literally shut it down. There's one left, and he's gone. Andy taking the last couple of frags for him. We get a second OT happening right here. And
I'm done.
Yeah, you've called it, mate. He's dropping the mic, and he's heading out.
That's the sound effect of me dropping a mic.
That was the worst drop mic ever. Let me just do this for you, okay?
Yeah,
All right, you ready? You ready?
okay, go ahead.
There you go, mate.
That sounds like did something break? That sounded like glass.
No, you're right, mate. I got a couple glasses on my table.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I just bounced around a little bit. I'm going to take a sip of water. This is hard to really break out. I think
my drink is gone, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, mate.
Yeah.
AVANT Gaming.
Yeah.
The crossfire holds have been brilliant throughout this Inferno series.
It has.
And they've done it all in overtime as well, able to hold it well. So
and then something snaps in Breakaway where they just go like, you know what? We don't need to be as aggressive as we need to be. We'll just go ahead and let them come to us. And every time they've done that, they've won the round.
That's the point here. AVANT Gaming aren't necessarily being so aggressive all the time. They're giving these rounds away to Breakaway. So just imagine if AVANT was completely unaggressive. Like, I said the word earlier and I've completely forgotten it now. The passive, there we go. They're absolutely, they say passive the whole way on the CT side, then it works really well for them. But now they head into the CT side, double AWP setup. Early picks so crucial here. AVANT, if they can get these entries in, have a look at that utility usage on the banana. Absolutely crazy from both sides. And I suggest AVANT are going to want to try and get this. As well, they do. They do get two. Two down here, and it's caused a full rotation from Breakaway. But they come back to the mid-site where banana is completely open, only if they work in there and realize no one is there. And Wifer, well, they've come back here, so they made a little bit of noise just to get that full rotation. And now they're going to get a big bomb site, which has no one in it, and they don't realize it.
But I think they are... Oh, yeah, okay, now it's a race.
I can't wait until they watch the VOD and realize no one was there. They need to work out a strategy to try and get someone through there to see what's happening.
Well, there will be some people there now, as they have just smoked their way back into the construction, seeing what they can find here. Nausea has also a nice little setup here. Hazard's probably going to drop the flash, see what he can do. Russian, maybe take a look at the barrels. They take a shot at Fountain. Actually, just going to hang out.
Hard angle to be played on top of that box.
I cannot believe they won that. You know what? I can, but I'm also very, very surprised that they did not just get mowed over. But I guess that was also because AVANT dropped so much utility on a site that literally had nobody.
And that's it. Generally, with the T side, you don't have the utility to block up any retake. You have the utility to enter. And all it took was one player just to suss out a little bit more, course of rotation. Where AVANT went wrong was they didn't test the midsection, nor did they test banana as an aggressive move here. Noise really looking for it. Not able to get it, and well, as Elusive is aggressive. Does he realize? Oh, unfortunate to scope that. There is a return from Hazard, so they do get that 1-for-1 trade, but the disadvantage on AVANT's side. Breakaway, they want to extend this lead.
Extended by how much, though? They have been making it very, very close for them, especially with the aggressive pushes that they have been doing. They haven't let AVANT sit.
Come on, Jared, just peek it. A little bit of hesitancy from Jared, and he ran a little bit earlier. Could have had two very quickly, and I knew they were waiting after that smoke. Getting the A-bomb side exposed. Hazard. This is where clutches are made. This gun, oh my goodness, the AUG. He knows he's there. Just needs to head to peak.
It's AUG fully powerful.
Well, if he mollies out, well, he doesn't have a molly, does he? That's on the T side. Well, that's unfortunate. The flash exposed them. They weren't peaking, and I suppose you learned that a little bit from AVANT. They do play that pit, one at the wheel, wagon wheel, and one into what do they call it? I've completely forgotten the name for that position, but the little cutout at the back there. We've seen that a couple times from AVANT. They don't really change it up when they hold that.
What, pit?
A bomb site, yeah, it's pit, but where the broken wall is. There you go. That's the name for it, broken wall. So, just a couple of little memories, things for the boys of Breakaway Esports could really get them into position to take games out a little bit better. Andy, the AWP, that's Moose Breeder not getting a handle on this round. One advantage for Breakaway Esports. It's funny again, we said the momentum was sitting with AVANT. It's completely swinging, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has, but that's like kind of like when Breakaway smells blood in the water is when AVANT takes the lead, and this has just been a never-ending cycle, and it's got to stop at some point. Right now, Breakaway is going to take back this lead. AVANT is so close to taking it, but I mean, this crossfire formation,
Andy,
they may stop.
I'm just going to have to say this now. I'm not confident with Breakaway's double AWP setup, and I think they need to turf it. Go all the way to, and this is AVANT are probably most likely expecting it, right? Maybe to all Colts. Bring out the
mix up the playstyle.
Have them all Colts. Get the crossfires better. This is going to stop Breakaway. Sorry, AVANT coming back through into positions. Now this is completely different as they're changing over on the sides, but certainly that last round could have done better without double AWP situation and just all assault rifles really to make that work.
Maybe. How about nothing but Mac 10s and pushing in one group?
P90s? The P90 strat? We'll go with that?
Yeah, sure.
I like that.
You know,
what about you guys in chat?
They weren't expecting it.
Chat has been so quiet. I've got chat open. I've got nothing from you guys. Come on. Give us a little bit of information. You tell me what would be your favorite push in a game like this and what strategy you would look to do. There you go. There's a little bit of fun for you.
And we'll pay the orcs to do it.
The best suggestion gets a $10 Steam voucher from Mitch. Mitch just goes, "What are you talking about? What? What? Yeah,
Money?
Really? Money? I didn't think money was a thing. Oh, what's money? All right, second overtime of the quarterfinal here. Mountain Dew League. It's AVANT Gaming taking on Breakaway Esports. And
yeah, they really got to stop with the double AWP setup, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
I see it coming in once again. Okay, it's way too expensive. I understand it's the meta, but sometimes there's other parts of the meta that work too. Maybe instead of just having a double AWP setup, just have the one. Have their AK or just some kind of entry frag style setup. Just something that gets you more information, because they are not getting enough information to have a double AWP setup.
Well, has worked right up here. Just holding off. And oh, he's going to be exposed straight away, but the guns not ready from Raz. Elusive able to pull one back out and counter, but this allows a setup here and Breakaway straight away. If they've realized anything from the T strats, how quickly AVANT Gaming rotate, should send this bomb back through and really hunt the midsection. Although we're waiting and it's Soldier. Well, he's hidden away. If he was setting second mid on the floor, he would have got that rotation very quickly, and straight away AVANT Gaming realized there's no quick push happening at this point.
Yeah, Moose Breeder's set up quite nicely over here, and also it's T side. Why do they have a double AWP setup? That also is a bigger question to me. Just looking at it now, just realizing that they switched sides. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit awkward and difficult. Right now, Noisy is able to find kills, shoots through the smoke just to see, but there's already somebody running back into construction.
At this point, they need to nade Elusive here. They do hear that little burn, so they'll know he's sitting around. And they take out Banana push. One sitting back here, that's Wi-Fi, and he's going to have a block up, so he should be able to push through here. Bomb down, 4v2. AVANT Gaming. The backs against the wall. Now they need to go. The utility usage here from Breakaway. Clever to keep the smokes in hand. Now it starts to clear. Elusive. He goes down. This is leaving Wi-Fi left. And he's out of time. He's going to try and catch him on the rotate, but he's straight away down and around for Breakaway. Clever. Where it happened there, Vermi, was the fact that they realized they got entry frag through A, and then how quickly they know AVANT Gaming rotate. They played the patience game. Stopped with the noise, didn't move, and straight away AVANT going, well, we're not going to peek because it's either I'm going to have a wall of 4 terrorists or they're going to be rotating back. So I'm going to wait for the information to come to us with more mollies with the utility. Didn't happen. They rotated. It's a story for Breakaway Esports. The time game.
Ooh, that was a good nade kill. I agree with just trying to get as much information as you can, but how long do you wait is probably the bigger question, because also Breakaway has been able to set up some really nice plays and just good rushes, just getting nice and comfy, setting up for crossfires, accounting in when they're rushing through. So, you know, you have to find that gray area of waiting for the information and also trying to deny as much time as you can to let either CT or the T side set up. So, you know, they gotta be careful about that, because that's able to catch Avant off guard. And this is the second time where Avant has lost their lead the moment that they get it the following round.
A potential to hold it though.
No,
yeah,
third.
They've got the 5 players, so the holding the site split. Entries have to happen, and I'll tell you what,
They lived.
Soldier got absolutely baited by one of the 2 sides who just flipped off the balcony and noise and came through and cleared them out, and they actually cleared this A bomb side out, which is rather bedazzling in this way here, baby, because it was a 2v3 practically entering into that site. It wasn't an easy one.
Oh, look at Llamas here.
Oh my goodness.
That is
any corner but that, they do get them though.
Wow, that was impressive. Well, the smoke started fading, but do they even have enough time? I don't even think so.
On the last couple bullets of the round, and Breakaway recaptured this lead here. And AVANT, 5-man against 3. They had the advantage after working the early round and then completely lost it to a push. Breakaway, to the credit, haven't done AA push yet, and well, just a couple of little risky moves from them. Caught AVANT gaming off guard, weren't able to really get their crossfires going, and lost that round due to that.
Hey folks, I would like to remind you that this is the first map. We're still trying to figure out who wins this first map, so this isn't, like I said, this was going to be a very close game, but alright.
Why? That's something you see in the pub game. That's just the most aggressive push I've seen coming through ball section, and Soju comes through with a rotation push as well with that AUG. Absolutely going fire, and straight away it is all of Breakaway after some confidence building. Burmy, that is literally fall to pieces. It's Andy left with AWP.
Andy, I guess, is going to hold on to it, or just try to take out as much as they can, hang out in apps, and there's a smoke, so they probably are aware that... Oh! Just no scope.
Yeah, yeet. Literally on the Soju.
Don't ever say that again.
Yeah, I can and I will.
Alright. I can't stop you.
No, I'll try not to, but literally, if you're going to ever throw one of those, it's when you ult someone in the face with a no scope.
You know what? That's fair. That is an appropriate occasion.
Question, can you do it 3 more times?
Nope.
And that's going to be our answer. Not happening on the more AVANT. When it seems to be the back is against the walls, and an advantage coming here for Breakaway. They literally bring it back.
I can't. We're going into another OT. This is the 3rd OT.
But I'd say first map, and I figured I was going to have an easy 2-hour commentary tonight, but it looks like we're set in for a long one. Grab your popcorn, your beers, your alcoholic drink, or your soft drink beverage, right? If you're underage or you can't drink beer because you have a problem with you.
Why would the word drink associate with only alcohol?
I don't know. I'm almost 30 this year. Like, everything to me, yeah, we just drink alcohol all the time. All right, it's beer or bourbon, one or the other, or maybe you're a whiskey guy. I don't know. What are you, Burmy? You tell me, what do you drink, mate?
I can't drink alcohol, so I am
underage.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Just medical reasons.
Oh, one of those medical. Gotcha.
Yeah. So just like good old water and beverage. But over here, where I'm from in New Orleans, we have
hold on. Don't say it. Is it Dr. Pepper?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is
or
hand grenades.
What?
Have you heard of hand grenades?
No. What the heck is that?
Alright, hand grenade is like bourbon with like whiskey.
Hold on, you
and-
said you don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying what my city's drink is.
Okay, gotcha.
Because if anything is like the definition of drink with like you say the first one to drink is alcohol, definitely here in New Orleans is the case.
Seems to be we're educating people that we shouldn't be. Maybe we should get back with the CS.
Well, no,
Yeah.
we're being cultural, man. We're being cultural. Things
Fair
are going
enough. Good
along,
point.
and you know stuff are building up, and also on top of that, you know, we gotta get comfortable. Maybe they'll learn a little bit more about us, and you know, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying, you know, the cultural experiences and learning about differences between America and Australia,
Don't go to America.
you can. I sympathize with that. You can follow me at Bemi Esports. You can also follow Biza at what is your Twitter, friend?
By Zariel, my friend.
Yeah, and we do other games apart from CS:GO. We get together. This is our meeting ground. This is where the bridge comes. The bridge is CS:GO, and our games are on the other side of the bridges.
Yeah, that's not an issue. Like, I've been doing Rocket League for the last 3 years, but CS, I think I did it for about 5-6 years. Like, I'm an old man now. They consider in the commentary game, but it never dies away. CS, and I love it. I love it. But yeah,
how old are you?
30 this year, my friend. I did say that before.
Oh, that's not old at all. Might be old in
That's
esports,
it.
but I mean, there's CS players that are older than you.
And also in chat, look, thank you very much for a shout out. We haven't actually, like, I feed off the chat interaction, and no one's talking at the moment. But Lurker, Aussie. There we go. Beautiful. And what are you saying to reply to that, Burmy?
I'm excited for IEM Sydney.
Oh no, you meant to say oi oi oi.
Oh, oi.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, well, you know what?
Sorry I used the Lord names in vain, but that was terrible. Oh, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible.
What is it? How do you say it? It's like oi, or what is it?
Yeah, that's oi.
Oi. All right,
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool.
Mate.
You know what
You're
you say in
learning.
America?
Well, the Moobot didn't even update, Mr. Michi. You gotta fix that thing.
You use Mumble. Anyway, so
Yeah, the old school. Won't just convert to Discord. If you're not on Discord, if you're on TeamSpeak or Mumble, be ashamed of yourself. I'm probably going to come over to your house and slap you until you start using Discord. So
a little bit extreme,
consider
but
that
yeah,
a
fair.
threat. I'm joking. I'm not going to do
A
that.
warning.
Consider it a warning. Well, whatever Mitch said, I'm just going to ignore a bit because he lives on an island which is south of Australia, and
Really?
it's not even an Australian island to be honest, mate. So yeah, whatever.
It's just an island.
So do you want to go a little bit further with that, Mitch? Mitch is fighting with me right now. He's from Hobart, Tasmania. There you go. What's that? I'm not on the stream.
No. That's like giving us somebody's social security.
Hey, I'm from Perth, Australia. It's all good. There
Okay,
you go.
that's fair. All right, I'm from down on the bayou.
So are you, mate. So enough. We're having a fight. Me and Mitch are having a fight. He's the man who's running the camera behind the scenes. So that's all right. Much love.
So anyways,
it's a love fight. It's a
how have
lover's
you been,
tip.
Biza?
Mate, I've actually fell down some stairs the other day and...
are you okay?
Yeah, and I badly sprained my ankle. I'm in a moon boot at the moment, so I can't actually walk anywhere, my friend.
A moon boot?
Yeah, a moon boot.
A moon boot.
What do they call it? They call it something else in the States. There's a proper name for it. But,
no, we call it a moon boot.
But serious, I think the boys are getting back into it. Yes, we're back live here with this point. So guns blazing, no double AWP set up, a little bit more of a cult action in terms of Breakaway playing this in the straightaway down. I do return it though. I want to finish my story, man. I see a specialist tomorrow. So specialist tomorrow, we'll see how we go.
Best of luck.
I'll find out whether I need surgery on my foot or not. Apart from that, let's hope none of the AVANT guys need any surgery after this entry into the B bomb site. Have a look at that one. It's held by Elusive. The old barbecue pit roasting away. Raz gets another, otherwise you're down. And the T-side Breakaway spots falling the paces trying to enter this side. There's no way they're getting in.
Unless Llamas goes nuts and just becomes John Wick. Doesn't seem to be the case, though. Takes a lot to be John Wick.
Why?
Keanu Reeves is a tall order.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's look at some stats, shall we? 43 and 23. Llamas is nuts. Llamas been a very unsung hero in this game right now.
Surely we've got someone on a 40 bomb. We do. There we go. Yeah, 2 of them are on 40 bombs.
Yeah, but that's only on the Breakaway side.
Well, there's going to be a trade-off.
Are you kidding me?
And some fire to finish off a frag.
Oh, Soju.
That is so odd. Soju with a frag there, straight away returned. Llamas able to hold.
Wins this, I'm gonna like break down internally.
You're gonna be mad?
I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just
I can understand.
I wouldn't be mad. They're doing the best they can. This is Mountain Dew League. This is so important for them. Both sides really want to do well and make it to semifinals. Just the fact that this is the quarters drives me nuts. Because this is like grand final caliber of like overtime. This is the 3rd overtime.
Yep, neither team giving a inch in terms of gameplay, and they're really taking everything very carefully. Llamas does have a player right around the corner, Raz. He's got one line of smoke and plenty of time to make the shot. Takes out one. Now they know where he is. Rotation's going to come very quickly for Moose Breeder and make it a 2v1. The bomb has to go down straight away here. It's not going to be baited by Andy, but this is the string that gets undone every time from Andy. He has an AWP, and he's going to play this close line. Raz should finish him, and he does. Goes down. Avant Gaming will clutch this one out, and Andy, just the choice of gun to play through that. I suppose there was nothing really close around him as I'm getting a look around the site here. There's nothing he could really swap to without really exposing himself.
I feel like they had a CZ though, so they could have at least switched to that, and that would have been a nice little close range weapon. But fair enough. I mean, yeah, but also the positioning as well. Just kind of after you drop the bomb plant, you kind of don't just slowly crouch and move your way over to construction. You kind of go with a manner of like needing to be somewhere. So I think just the hesitancy play coming in from Andy, it's just kind of very frustrating. Now Andy's back on, just leaving Jara with the op now. See what they can do with the maximum amount of utility. If we could possibly bring them to their belt.
Interesting. Now it's smoked out Diggity's side, and Soju not wanting to have a bar of moving this. It's the first strat we've seen where they've taken archers as well. Whether they're going to wrap this and head to the B bomb site, that's definitely not going to be expected for Avant. Although Raz, waiting at the right point, knew there was nothing going on. They left jungle open, and he gets the deagle straight away returned. Going to be a hard play here for Elusive to hold. But they're able to get the numbers back here in Elusive. If he just plays his line right here, he can certainly finish this off. Well, there goes the caster's curse, Bernie.
Well, it's been a consistent pattern of Avant finally having a lead and then Breakaway somehow just winning it out again. And this is Moose Breeder being asked to do a 1v3 with the good old op. They've been doing a great job, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, they don't even find one kill, and here you go. Avant having one round lead still. You're gonna just have a nice little switching of sides, see what happens with that.
They can lock it away. Get themselves out there.
Overpass is going to be so tiring for them.
It's such a strategy map as well. You play the picks, that midsection as well. Certainly going to be something we'll talk about it with these two. Where do we take that last game, especially with that last strat from Breakaway? They really need to change it up and do something different. We hadn't seen from the strat book from either of the team. Just blanking out Diggity, working up jungle, taking archers. They did that quite well and took their time. There was was expected though from Avant as to holding the archway, or I would say catwalk, the old name, holding that, and they're able to stop a quick push from Breakaway, but they changed up the strategy, and this is a thing now. What does Avant do? Do they change up their strategy? Do they do something a little bit different here? We're going back and forth. I think that's where it is.
It's a game of comfort picks, really. It's just nobody just kind of giving way to just some situation of just like, yeah, we'll change our style just to counter them. Maybe this is just the loadout that they're just familiar with, and if they can't win the round with it, then they have nothing else to go off of. But I really doubt that. Like, Avant and Breakaway are really strong.
Wowzers, lurker. My little brother was a GameStar cast that got me addicted to CS. Tell me your little brother's name, my friend.
Why is that a question?
I don't know if that's a question. Debs.
That just sounded weird. Anyways.
No, it's reminiscing, mate. I go back almost 8 years, 9 years to GameStar days. 10 years per attention. Yeah, I do. Older brother.
Oh, nice.
And twin sister. There you go.
Oh, that's so cool.
Anyway, so we're back into the live rounds, guns blazing, and Avant Gaming full AK in their hands, and they're looking like they're selecting A for the bomb site of choice. Oh, the molly's coming out, just holding any quick push or pick from Avant, and there goes the shots. Andy, aggressive, able to open up the first and Breakaway. This is what they're liking right now, Noisia. Another one here, able to play the line of jungles, snaps to the second. Why are they picking Avant Gaming? Frustrating as hell.
Oh my gosh, Andy is just been on top of it right now, just being able to push on through. And Hazard's been able to, it's either been Hazard or Llamas that's been helping following up on them. And now we have somebody in 50s, it's Hazard just going off, and now Avant has lost the lead once again. And we're back. Breakaway is just always been on their tail. Always has.
It seems like the back and forth affair, my friend.
What do they need to do? I'm like trying to figure it out. Like, what?
Quick plays. Shut it down, though. They need the entries, and they're not having a look. That's what brings with quick plays. And an ending practically to a hold. What are they doing? They're rotating back here because they have cleared out the midline and left, well, poor Andy with AWP to think, well, they're going to hit B, but they're fully rotated here. Avant Gaming. Well, they'll lock this round away, but I'll tell you what. Yes, good man. My man Andy has done something right for once here.
Oh,
he's picked up an AK. And now it's all about picking these right lines here because they're going to set up Avant. They've got the position to hold mid. Andy, this has to be all reactional game. He's going to have one super close Soju. Oh my goodness, just needs to have a look here. Pops the head. That will be the information given that he's in dignity. Now, in Centenary, just to block out Pit. He'll make a move. Sight nated. He's not going to check it straight to the Ninja, but they're going to spray him out. They know where he is. And he finished him off. Andy had to do a little bit more work there because there was always going to be a Avant hold in the pit. They do have the two there, and it's been televised, my friend Burmy, over and over with their holds at that A bomb site that they're always going to have players in the pit.
Very true, and also on top of that, they didn't have to really rush towards that bomb. They had the kit, they had everything they needed. They had so much utility. They could even drop the nade and pit if they so desired. Sure, they would at least have. There were so many ways to accessibly get the information that would still allow you the 4 seconds you need to defuse the bomb within the 30 seconds. Just, they didn't need to rush it, but hey, this is, yeah, go ahead.
But trying a little bit of a different strategy just to get the hold of the midsection and cause a little bit of a passive play here from Breakaway. And this is not the best position in terms of them holding. They do have a stack back and no one left at B. And this is when you listen to the information, you start to be a little bit aggressive when you're one player out of rotation. Now they're pushing them out. Lamas, oh, beautiful from Jara, works it as well. The counters,
Oh,
though,
God,
Raz working extremely hard. There's one left in the apartments, but he gets knocked out by the rotation.
Raz, why did you kill your teammate?
Raz, yikes.
Raz, oh my God.
There you go, 24 apiece. It's third overtime in the second half of third overtime.
It's the fourth overtime.
Is it fourth overtime? Oh my God, I've lost it.
Yeah.
How many? Holy moly's. We might be getting a 30 apiece game. Is that a thing? Has that been done before? Can someone go back to the archives for me and find out? Long. What? 80 rounds. Total of 80 rounds. So it's 40 apiece, right? Like close to 40 apiece. I mean, she's just giving me a little bit of a stat here where teams went back and forth, back and forth. The marathon. Well, there you go. He said it himself. That's Mountain Dew League. We're going to get into this. Two AWPs for Breakaway Esports. We will question this gun setup, but they're sticking to it.
Yep, they will commit to it. Breakaway will go ahead and get a triple kill. Hazard has had enough. They're on the hunt. They are smelling blood in the water.
And straight away they know AVANT Gaming not in the best position. Hazard was saying they do take him out here. Don't realise there is another player right there in the position to take him, and Andy backs off. Well, yeah, Andy put that shot out and exposed himself a little bit there with AWP. Didn't connect. They're just going to hold at the moment AVANT Gaming, see if they can get a frag to turn this. Have plenty of time. But there's no point saving here. But I mean, they really need to just cause a little bit of rotation. And funny enough, Noisia, they could really work him, even though he's got AWP on the line. They really could work him out of that spot, push that site, and get in and put a bomb down at least. Give themselves a chance because A is locked in.
I mean, Soju has a tall order to see what they can do to protect Moose Fruiter, because Moose Fruiter's at 7 and holding the bomb. Oh, and J-Rock, oh my gosh, they almost snuck past them, but Soju does find one kill, but that's not going to be enough. There's just too many people, and Breakaway will take back the lead.
So much we see in professional games this year, especially when you watch the majors, that teams have this crossfire set up. Even if you're a T side, they push together and they don't stop. There's a lot of strats happening from both of these sides where they enter in, they lose the first two, but then they don't get those counters, and so they back off. I think the difference in terms of player capability and mechanics is they need to find these return frags and trade off a little bit better here. This is where they're struggling. This is the reason why neither team can really get an advantage here. Jared is taking 2 easy ones. He does go down here, a push to T-side's holding up mid really well. Although they're down at 1 in terms of the fragging situation. 4v3 flash, just to hold up Banana. Soldier will look to work this here. That nade won't do any damage. Noisia with the AWP as well, still sitting with 2. This is where it's a little bit scary for me when you only got 2 assault and 2 AWPs that can really go against you. Well, it's either or, Fermi.
Yeah, it is either or at the moment. I mean, Breakaway still has been playing a lot more patiently. They're not really rushing anything, and they're not worried about. They really just focus, like, their top priority right now is making sure they have the man advantage. Just finding a frag here and there, disengaging, and really trying to go anything too aggressive. Like, you've been seeing them falling back into pit, staying where they are, committing to balcony, and not really worrying about everything. They're also making sure
this is really delayed. Yeah, nice shot. Good patience for Wifey, knowing a rotation was coming. Now this puts Lamas in a real odd position with 3 T side coming for him. They know where he is. The nade and the mole, he's got to put him in a hot spot, and he's not going to get out of it. They secure that, but the rotation coming quick. Do they go? Will they hold for this, or as he's straight out? And he gets blanketed by the smoke, so he can't really finish that shot he had going in the pit, but they do know where they are. So this retake makes it a little bit easier for them to go. Rather than Noisia. Really, it scares me. He's holding on to the AWP. It's going to be hard to retake with it. Yep, information given. And for that, he goes down and AVANT secure the round. Get another holding pit, breakaway, chances to really work that retake into their favour. Although with a downer man, they certainly could have played that a little bit more smart. And I think that's where they're falling down in this game. They do well to hold AVANT Gaming off in certain sections of the map, but when they retake, they really haven't secured one, have they?
That is true. The follow-up is not there, and I think also on top of that, it's because they try to use so much utility to bait it out that they don't really have any way to control the fight. And that does come down once again.
Quick push on the B side. Straight away, the CT's cleared out. AVANT Gaming looking good.
Yep, they're going to get the lead back, but it's a bigger question of can they keep the lead.
Not sure what Mitch was mentioning in the background. We just got a little bit distracted with it, but this is the last one for Andy. And again, well, he's just in a really bad situation. There's a lot of times we've seen this. If I was a coach right now, Bemi, I would be saying, get Andy off the AWP. It's not his night with it. It might be a main gun for him. He might be really good with it in certain matches. There comes a point where you have to drop the AWP in this situation because you've got to give yourself a little bit more fragging power. AWP puts you one shot. You can't clutch when you're trying to take 3 or 4 players out. You got to bring that Colt into a play at some point.
I agree.
I know we're in OT. You get plenty of money. Maybe the first round just to get an advantage, but if you know it's not working out, leave the AWP alone. Go to the Colt.
Or at the very least, stop going for the double op setup. You don't get enough information. Your members die so early into the round that you really just don't have any way to properly have them set up. And it's also on T side. So now we see Andy just staying on the op. I think Andy's fine on the op. I think that's not a problem because J-Rod's technically their secondary opper. So I think the thing is that they just need to start.
Well, it's funny. Noiser's been playing with the AWP. He's been playing with the second AWP majority in these overtime games. I've literally forgotten the standard time right now because we've been so far into OT. But yeah, he's going to have to sit with that and just really be more patient with his shots as Breakaway. Just put a little bit of strategy onto this B bomb site. Funny enough, AVANT Gaming haven't stacked 3 there before, but they've got such an aggressive hold on the second mid that they can see what's coming and at least hear the information on the rotation. So this is going to be an interesting round. They will push aggressively, and Elusive just knocks one out of the situation, and a blind walking coming from Noiser puts him in a really bad spot, though. Jara able to counter back, and now they've got this site secured. AVANT Gaming going to have to do some damage coming on the way of the retake.
Well, you have Moosebreeder, and they've been a very good opera as well. They just see if they can talent that. But shooting through the smoke, they already find Wifia. And this is a very tall order for Moosebreeder to do it. They have to switch off a weapon, just pick up anything, see if they can find anything. It doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, they're just going to start burning down right away, shut it down, and this it is once again. AVANT, just like you said, also just when they need to rotate to try to take on a site that's already been taken over by Breakaway on T side, they've just not been able to follow up. It's just been so difficult for them because Breakaway accounts for so many crossfire formations that they have eyes in the back of their head, Biza. They're just pretty much always going to be knowing where you're coming from, and AVANT doesn't know how to mix it up. They just have these textbook plays, and they don't know how to freestyle it.
Well, it's 26 apiece. Don't ask me what OT we're in. 4?
4.
Still. But it'll be half time of 4 because you get the 1 advantage. So there you go. So
if they go 27-27, we'll be in OT 5.
Don't want to see it. But potentially this is where it's at. A round needs to be really taken apart. Breakaway. Sitting on the banana hold at this point. Looking for frags. Nothing really going to push, and information as well. There's no dry run here. And the crossfire, well, Raz is a little bit exposed. Could get pushed. And Elusive sitting high up, which is a guaranteed frag on entry because no one really checks the high ground. They rather look at the low ground crossfire. Breaking this down, AVANT can probably potentially hold this. Although they haven't been aggressive through to second midline. So they're not sure what's happening on that point. And it could be a quick push from there. And as they do set this up now the information's being relayed, and there's a quick push. Elusive has to back out. He is completely flashed. This allows a little bit more pressure to come through. Moose able to do some damage on the quick push. They wrap around into Church, clear out the back. It's leaving Raz here. Well, he's potentially got the wrong gun to really take all these players, and now he's going to get mollied out. This is going to hurt. Tries his shot, and he does actually get one. Has finishes them off. And this will be around. It should be around for Breakaway unless Soju's got something to say about it.
We have to wait and see. Does have the kit, so they can take their time. You managed to get one, but Jara is there and ready and waiting in a great position as well, and they don't have to peek out at any point. But they do take a shot. Oh my gosh, it's back and forth, but the nade goes out.
He's gonna eat it.
Oh, he's still living though.
He's got the armor. Armor to hold, the molly to move, and he gets the frag. Breakaway Esports take the lead.
Okay, so I'm like doing a little bit of Google research to see the overtime scores.
On Breakaway, do they finish this map off? We're seeing the advantage to Avant Gaming where they could have finished it. Breakaway clawed it back, asked for a little bit more time, and now they've got the lead here T side.
They go 20, so we have to hope that Breakaway wins this next round, because if they do this, Avant will be bringing us into a 5th overtime.
Split at the moment, Avant. You can tell right now it is not aggressive at all. They are very passive. They don't want to give anything away. They're trying to play for a W here. This allows Breakaway to get really aggressive in situations and get into position as well. Yeah, that's right. And a lot of utility has been used as well by both sides. But it's the impact of a push on a site which is going to tell who's in the right position to make the right shots. Right now, 2 sitting at Banana for Avant Gaming. As Breakaway, well, they've decided that it's going to be another Banana push. And why not? It's been favorable throughout the whole match. Avant have struggled a little bit. Funny enough, through the normal rounds, Avant, this was a stronghold for them, but they've let it go lately. Maybe they're going to hold this because they haven't been so aggressive. They haven't given the frags away. Breakaway with 4. Now setting up. Here comes the quick mollies straight into the site. Now the flashes should be popping off, but they haven't actually done any flashes here.
Elusive.
One actually sneaks away. That's Noisia, but he gets noticed, and Elusive able to take him out. Annie trying to use the opti advantage. Doesn't get anything. Now the rat from Avant Gaming through Church. They're just got to hold this. They do have a stack still holding in the midway path. The carnage is there. Avant, they're not letting this go. The bomb's down.
They managed to get 1 kill. They do manage to follow up with it. They will get the defuse. Biza.
Oh, I think I'm done just with 1. 27, it's a 5th overtime. We're going there. Well, yeah, maybe we're breaking some record for the Mountain Dew League. Okay, so we just got some information from Mitch. He's just searching some stats up for us. He just said to us the longest match on any CS map has been on Inferno. And Mitch, can you tell me the numbers of the OT? It wasn't 40 apiece, was it? Mate, it was 40 apiece.
51 to 48.
There you go, 51 to 48. We're halfway there in terms of OT. Absolutely crazy stuff. Breakaway Esports, they sit on the T side. A couple more strategies for them to be exploited. For Avant Gaming, it's all about the holds and whether they play this aggressive start, because they've been back and forth here, Burmy, in terms of being aggressive, really trying to mix this up. This could go either way.
It is very true. It is. Do we learn? How do we discern even more?
You can't break it down even, can you?
Yeah, it's pretty much just this is what it's come to. This is pretty much, we have to see something different happen. We need to actually see We need to stop seeing op plays. We need to actually just see more aggressive plays, more committings. It's just both sides have been playing it so safe that pretty much one will get the best of the other in just 3v2 situations and then shut it down.
The split out of the moment, Breakaway. Down with one. Soju so aggressive. Through the CT house, and well, I'll be a little concerned if you're not having your aim and at least your sights set on those quick pushes. AVANT able to get an early round, leaning towards them, and it's going to make a little bit more trouble for Breakaway to play a site. Generally, when we do see a frag lost, they hit the A bomb site, so this is the call. Noisia able to take Soju out very quickly, though. The pit line in terms of the rocks have been held. Now they do push it, and they should, yes, they'd get it. So Moose, down and out for this count. Now the rotation back. Raz trying to be sneaky. Knew he was in a bad placement, so used the AWP to try and create a diversion, at least to get out of there. 3-on-3 bomb plant. Not impossible for AVANT Gaming, but it suggests that they haven't really been in a great position to retake this in any of the games tonight.
No. All I can say is like...
Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it. AVANT coming in and they're wiping out all of Breakaway. They had the hold.
That's 2 rounds in a row.
Well, funny enough, I'm just sort of referencing AVANT not able to come back and really clean them out. And it's funny enough, their strategy and where they sit, it was exactly where Breakaway was sitting, and they just literally pounced on every single player and just took them out. Breakaway weren't expecting it.
Big question though is like, does Breakaway just come back and take this lead back? We're...
Do you know what? I don't want to look. I don't want to look at the scoreboard anymore because I think it's irrelevant with the amount of rounds that are coming through. But yes, Hazza sitting on the sweet bomb of 59, looking for the 60, the double 30. I like that.
Doing about 15 gamers put together some worth of work into one, just trying to help their team get back into the lead.
I wonder if that's a legit stat. Did you just come? Yeah.
I don't know, some ratio or whatever. It's
yeah,
that's like 3 different teams.
Yep.
It is the strength of 3 CS:GO teams in Hazard right now, just trying to carry their team. All I'm trying to say is that they're nuts, and they've been just doing what they can. And I really gotta say, it's been really close games. It's not like they're playing badly or anything. It's just both sides have been now playing each other one by one. It's just a game of chess with guns.
I just need to really point this out. Elusive was sitting at logs and no one knew. He takes the first frag. He's got a couple there, right? About to really niggle him. They're literally watching his entry out, so this is impossible. However, Raz, though, if you can get the right line... Yeah, it's not going to happen. I was about to say, this could be an interesting play. It didn't happen, though. They pushed him, they got him, and Raz was a little bit too late to the party. They do have 2 at the B bomb site, so not an easy entry for Breakaway. They, again, have to take this slow with 15 seconds remaining. They've got to move quickly.
They do need to move very, very quickly. Here we go. They're going to try their best, and, you know, this is what they need to do. Match point right here, but looks like Breakaway locking it down 2v2. Actually, no, AVANT actually won this because they didn't have enough time to plant the bomb.
Yep.
So this is match point.
Left too much time. Too much time got away from them on that rotation. Again, comes down to AVANT, getting that advantage early, holding strong on the CT side.
We'll see what happens. Maybe AVANT can finally finish this out.
Oh! Wyver being aggressive through the midsection, able to pick up the first.
Soju's ready. Oh no. But it does damage Noisia.
Well, couple players down for AVANT Gaming. I want to say a couple, just a one. Both teams have traded.
Some tags.
Yeah, definitely some tags, and it helps as well. AVANT losing 2. And now down only to Elusive. Well, I was going to say Moose Predator, but he gets wiped from this round. And now poor elusive. Got to do some work here. Breakaway. He's just trying to get out and he gets tagged from it. I know exactly where he is. I believe this round is done and dusted. Breakaway Esports bringing it back once again. You think, right, Avant Gaming, they've got a match point, they can finish it off. Yeah, nah, it's not going to happen. Breakaway Esports picking up the 28th round. Making it 29-28 in the favour of Avant Gaming. We get into the second half of the 5th overtee.
I have no words.
This is when we turn to chat for help.
I'm a broken man.
Oh, well.
Liza.
Well, chat, well, please. Help us.
No, don't turn to chat. We're casters, for God's sakes.
Help us. I live off the chat, baby.
Even in casting?
I live off it.
No,
Yes.
you're stuck with me in production, buddy. Nah, we just talk about... So, alright, back into OT we go.
Yep. We're just waiting for the players to light this one up. I believe
Alright.
I'm not moving.
What is your favorite breakfast?
Bacon and eggs with sausages, my friend.
Classic. Ooh, okay. Bacon
Mate,
and sausages.
Yeah. You got to put the sausage on the plate. Definitely. Probably the baked beans as well.
though?
Toast. What kind? Just the beef. The beef, my friend.
Beef sausages are good.
Beef sausages. Yeah.
Huge fan of kielbasa.
I think the fancy ones you have to leave for night time. It's just a typical staple, normal sausage that you get at a supermarket. Just cook one of those up and then you're fine.
Oh, sure,
I
like
believe.
Jimmy Dean's.
Again, I think both countries got different.
Yeah, fair
Different
enough. Okay.
ranges of
Jimmy Dean's
sausages.
is very like throw in the microwave, give 30 seconds, you're done.
What? You microwave your sausages? What?
Yeah.
Okay, America.
Well, they're pre-cooked. That's why.
Pre-cooked sausages. There you go, America.
Yes, they're pre-cooked, then
years
frozen,
in
and then
front of
you
Australia.
microwave it.
There you go. OT banter for it.
That is
Oh, man.
one thing we are not afraid of, is going the distance in culinary.
But Bammy, can you just please? Can you just stop with the food talk, because at the moment it's 7:11 p.m. for me and I'm starving, and you're just making me more hungry talking.
Why did you go get a
sausages.
snack? I think it might take a minute.
I got some shapes here I can chow down on, but I don't want String to
that's
hear me
good.
chewing on biscuits, man.
I mean, then wait, what kind of? as he does it, but I actually might get up to get a drink real quick. Oh my god!
Well, that's up to you. We're getting into the next round.
All right, well, I'll be a soldier.
Go on, mate. Go get a drink. We'll see you in a second.
Oh, fair enough. Here we go. Let's see if they can go bring the distance. Avant Gaming trying to take the seed.
Well, Breakaway set onto the CT side, down by a round. Yes, we're in the 5th overtime as well, so the holds are going to be so crucial. The action straight away. It's elusive, copping a bit of damage down to 50, and I believe that was just nades. They get a boost, trying to get this pick, and straight away, Breakaway just jump back. No, thank you. There's a lot of players there ready to take our heads off. Looking for the counter, Andy down. Not out, he just gets tagged heavily. But interesting strategy just to hold the banana position into the B bomb site. Not asking a question of rotation, not much information given as well. Breakaway Sports, clever enough not to let this one go, though. The rotation needs to be quick. And Andy, well, he's not going to be searching for anything down the midline. So they're going to have to back their crossfires. Now the flashes come. It's going to be called straight away to spray. Hazard does not get it. Misses the line as he's flashed, and this leaves the tricky one for Noisia to make a clutch play with the AWP. Oh, he's just in a world of hurt here. He won't be able to do much. He's using the smoke to his advantage, but it's cleared out in Avant Gaming. They have the bomb site. Breakaway now. Wherever it's the patience of trying to make plays and pick them up one by one. They are held out for the moment as the bomb's planted. 4-on-2. Rotation, though, coming around from the far side of Avant Gaming. Some quick frags need to be made. Lamas able to get one. Knows there's another at the back of sight. There is one coming from the city. That's Wi-Fi, and he's probably going to make the difference here in this road. In the stop, Lamas can't make the play. Gets shut down from the backside, and Jara left. Wrong gun to clutch. Mind you, he's picked up. So he goes for the defuse and doesn't pick up where Wi-Fi is. AVANT Gaming, 2-round lead, and now a chance for them to finish this game off.
The curse. It's been lifted.
Well, he had to. I'm just looking at that, and you probably didn't hear much at the time, but that bomb was really ticking away, and he had to pretty much jump on it at that point. Couldn't search for another frag. Had no idea where Wi-Fi is. Was hoping it was on a late rotation, and just caught out. As I said, Andy, Jara, both of the AWP set up from Breakaway, just holding the AVANT rampage up, and doing well on this point. I hope not. Mitch is just telling us there's not an OT coming, but I don't want to.
That's if Breakaway wins this. Which is looking like it. 3v5. Already good crossfire formation. Chickens are a flock.
Man, leave the chickens alone, okay?
Yeah,
Spray from Hazza. And so just a spray only. He gets knocked out and down. CT's under pressure to hold. Andy, wow.
They do get the plant.
It's a wild shot.
Oh, God. So
Breakaway.
You're nuts, player. Do it. Do it.
The 1v3 clutch of potential here. Has the bomb to work with. Snaps around the corner. One. Andy picks it back up, and Breakaway will defuse. And they bring one rounder back, heading in to round 60.
OT6.
Am I counting that right? Is it around 60? Yep. We're heading to around 60. You wouldn't think. It's 2 games, 2 maps, whatever you want to call it. Breakaway. Do we go a little bit further here?
Go in the distance.
OT6 of potential. That's the question. Bermy.
What?
Can AVANT take it? Can they finish it?
I believe in them. But Breakaway is a very powerful opponent.
It's a marathon. I say. It's not.
Oh, no.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I was literally about to go with a saying, but that is just frags galore. And now, AVANT with a real good opportunity to finish this game off. Bomb will go down, and the clutch required. Although it's Andy. Andy needs to get rid of the AWP. Can't rely on this son. Get rid of it. Make a play with a Colt.
They have kits. They are able to rotate with enough time.
Raz has got a good aggression. Wi-Fi holding up pit. This is a different hold here from AVANT. Oh my goodness, Noise are able to take one now. It's leaving the site left. Raz left. It's Andy, and he has the AK in hands, and he goes down. It's AVANT Gaming.
It's done.
31-29. We avoid any more overtime. The first game is done. It goes in the advantage of AVANT Gaming.
Okay. I have no words left for this game. We're going to a break.
Yep.
We'll see you guys in overpass. Hopefully with no overtime.
Well, it was an epic first game that saw AVANT Gaming take it in a full overtime. I think we almost went to a 6 overtime. Crazy stuff on Inferno. But it was a 31-29 result to AVANT Gaming. And Breakaway Esports, well, they're letting that one slip through their hands. Tell you what, in Overpass, they're going to want to make a statement, aren't they, Bermy?
Most likely. I mean, but I feel like, unfortunately, this is going to be a very AVANT favored map, and I will explain why. Breakaway has not been very resourceful with their utility, which is something that you need on T side to control sites very, very well after the bomb plant. We've been using it to rush onto it right away, and AVANT Gaming might. This is a very much. I feel like they've been a lot more conservative with their utility, but I mean, right now they're matching the aggression, so it's not the end of the world. And Soju might pop off here.
Yeah, the one's happening. He goes to second. Absolutely large shot from Soju now to hold 2 off. And he's got Raz rotating on the backside. Breakaway Esports just need to get this bomb down, or at least push Soju at this point. He's gone back for a line here. Oh my God, Raz is going to say thank you very much. I'll take that boost. I'll take it a 1. And now Noisia left. This is going to be a real unfortunate situation for him. He goes down, and Breakaway Esports, they lose the first round. AVANT Gaming, great hole.
Amazing. And, like, this is what I'm saying is, like, you can't really be too aggressive on Overpass. You actually have to be very careful because there's multiple levels to this map as well. And, you know, you can, you know, there could be as easily, it doesn't even have to be an offer. If somebody's in heaven on site B, you're just going to shut it down. Usually, like, aggressive plays get punished more, so see what happens.
You said it yourself, that little boost there, what the heck was going on? And it just only exposed them trying to make a play, really. They had to get that bomb down and at least bait it a little bit on a pistol, get a little bit of money going to the second, third round. So Breakaway, they're going to have to really rely on getting these pick shots and the aim down. You can see a couple deagles in hand. Now they're getting exposed here. Out on the toilet section. I've got to remind myself of these names.
Disengage.
I've completely forgotten them.
Well,
been a while since I've done
bathroom.
Overpass. Yeah, bathroom. Second mid. Is it second mid? That's right. I'm going to refresh myself.
We're in different perspective probably, because right now I'm looking at lower park outside of bathroom.
Yep.
Either way, right now, while you're refreshing it, Breakaway trying to refresh themselves with a round, just tie up things and make things a lot more interesting. But like I said, AVANT, I think, you know, Breakaway needed to win this, needed to win Inferno just to bring it to Mirage, because that was their chance of winning. And now AVANT responding with these trades, they don't have the person advantage, but the health advantage is still there. And they're playing very carefully because they don't want to get one tap by these Deags, and they are aware that these Deagles are very, very strong. Back 10 C said a couple of Deagles to get one tap. They do manage to find Raz. And they are going to just swarm side A. Dropping all the utility they have right now, going for an open plant. They don't have enough money to buy it, but that does mean that they can use this flash effectively. Elusive is going to find the double kill. Are they going to be able to find the third? They hop around. They are able to find it. And there is time to defuse this bomb. It is Hazard all the way on the other side. They drop the flash. They're not aware that they could catch him off guard.
Giving him too much time for this. He's going to be able to clutch it.
I don't know. That's one. They are aware of what it is.
He's done it. And I'll tell you what, AVANT had the opportunity to go for the quick defuse. Didn't happen.
Well, they didn't have a kit.
Well, that probably plays into it as well. They needed to search because it was going to take time. But at the point of it, they took too long. One player goes down, not checking at all sides. Even behind them, they've already been. So that round going down to them, it would have been an advantage for AVANT to hold 2 up at the moment, giving guns away as well to Breakaway and a chance to really make an impact in this round.
Props to Hazard as well for going for the rotation, just not really thinking. like as a player in that situation, I wouldn't have thought about Hazard making that big rotation to bathroom. I thought like getting that triple kill, I would have been absolutely clear. But you know what? Breakaway, they're really good with their mind games, and this is something that can help carry them to win this game and overpass. But still, got to be careful. They dropped a lot of utility on that site, and if it wasn't for that rotation on the Hazard, I think we would have seen 2-0 right there for Avant.
Pushing up along A right now, just sitting at the entry into the A bomb site, and they managed to clear out 2. Hazard going large, and they're going to stop this quick rotation as well. They are coming down.
Nobody was watching long?
And it's completely, yeah, it's interesting that it wasn't watched. And for that, they open it up. So a little bit of a blunder in terms of Avant gaming positioning, and this allows Breakaway easy entry and hold. Got to say this, though, they were on an anti-eco round. Pistols was in the point of hand, a couple deagles. Not really.
I mean, but still,
not really easy to hold a long section, is it?
No, you're absolutely right. But I mean, like the thing is that whether you're on a deeg or not, you at least want to make sure that you have that information in some way, whether there needs to be the rotation or where the enemy is coming from. That was just wide open. Now Elusiv's just going to be the only one walking away alive and going for the slight eco round.
He'll hold on. He'll hold on to his deagle.
Yep, they do what they can. They can't buy into
it wasn't
this
a
round,
deagle, was it?
It was.
There you go.
But that's all they wrote. And things are a little bit awkward.
Double.
That was the third round, which normally would be a bye round, coming in, but you know, losing that second round, just, oh gosh, it makes things so awkward.
Just need to point out the aggressive push here from Avant gaming up at long, and very quickly Andy sees what's going on and Hazard, they're both combined to get a frag there. They're going to back up, but at this point the B bomb site completely cleared out and they should be able to rotate in. There you go. So they've got this one covered. Now it's just a question of Avant. They need to grab some frags and get some guns off Breakaway going into next round, so the economy's not completely shut out if they do lose around 5.
Most frustrating for me that Avant has been going aggressive when they really should just like.
Yeah, good pick from Llamas.
It should be. That was a huge pick from Llamas, but on top of that, that should have been the other way around. We should have seen Breakaway coming out from the shed, and as opposed to Avant Gaming. But because they just kind of decided to go aggressive, maybe because their lack of weapons, they just want to kind of get this round over with, see if they can damage the economy. It's just not going to reward them. But now, it's round 5 coming in. Breakaway once again with the lead. It's early, and they're going to have a full buy, and we're going to see how they can do a nice little less aggressive push. Just try to gather information, disengage, get a frag maybe here or there.
It's a limited full buy. Looking at this, the utility's not there, and well, they don't. No,
it's better than what they've had for the past few rounds, though.
Yeah,
going for these slight ecos has made this pretty much considered a full buy.
Well, they need to have a strong crossfire and just hold any entry. But Jarrah's able to get himself out here of the canal. And potentially all toxic, whatever you want to call it. And get the position set. Even construction starting to get worked at the moment. Where is all Avant actually holding a few in the A bomb site? No one's wanting to peek heads or lose the first frag. Elusive. Now have a look at construction. Noisy able to get the first one. Moose just caught out into position. The angle's now to be worked. Elusive goes down to a double. Not good on his behalf. Alamas and Hazard. It is all Breakaway at the moment.
Oh my god, this can't be happening. Like, what is this positioning?
It is, my friend. It's
Nobody's
happening.
at heaven.
Well, Raz is there at the moment, but a little late to be able to make any pivotal points of play. Oh my goodness, Raz with a flick. Big play, but can't be seen in terms of Andy's positioning, and he was able to finish him off. But that flick from Raz, very nice. It doesn't do much in terms of economy states. Maybe gives them a little bit of extra money. But Breakaway sitting pretty at the moment and have the opportunity to run away with this game. After we came into this, from the last round. Avant, this is their game to lose here, and they're certainly not having a good start on the CT side.
I mean, slight ecos, no full saves, making pretty much 5v1s for Breakaway to just take the site with almost little to no personal loss is huge. This is how you throw away a game almost. And it's very frustrating to see because the bot could do a lot better. They do manage to get Andy. And they do manage to pick up an M4, but there it is. Llama's just able to trade that out. And Elusive does hold on to the M4. I would assume that they would try to keep that as long as they could, but nope. This aggression, they're trying to meet it, but they're always getting picked off.
So they've got a gun now with Raz. With looking to see if he can pick something as well. He's going to get a deagle from his main, and they're going to head back. So holding the guns is going to be the key as the bomb goes down. And Breakaway look to set in their
going for a save.
Fifth round, round 6. Potentially going for a save here, but they're heading in to the second mid here through Bathroom. And potentially might be looking at it. Well, not looking at the clutch because it's at the B bomb side, isn't it?
No.
Funny boy.
Yeah,
I completely got lost with that one. I was thinking they're walking in for a movement. They're walking in to stay safe and not to die here. But the rotation is going to come through here, and Whippy's going to probably see the first players. They come through stairs out to bank. AK's in hand. Does anyone counter? Wow.
Oh, Raz!
Oh, we got a death from Raz. He was in the wrong position, and, well, they'll stay alive. So close for frags to happen, but no hunting. Just want to be safe. But Breakaway Sports a story at the moment. They've got a great start once again. Avant Gaming have to fight this one back.
Well, this was the same song and dance that we saw earlier on Inferno, so hopefully we don't see this happen all over again. Breakaway had such a convincing lead. I think it was like 6-1 or 7-1 at the moment, and then Avant just started going. It seems like maybe the team is just kind of slow to start off, and then they start learning the play style of their opponents on each map, and then they start picking up the momentum, but Avant needs to be a lot more cleaner right now.
And he had the first shot.
Get trades, but look at the health. They're just kind of going in there. They're positioned in ways that, like, they're in a crossfire. They're committing to one site at the moment. They do have somebody in bathrooms right now, just Steve to get the information. But Breakaway, again with the mind games, they throw off. They can't give enough.
It's funny you say it's a mind game. Like, this map is a mind game map. It is to be played. The rotations are there. It's very easy to get information and send utility over the other side from one side of the map to the other. So, yeah. So, and Breakaway, they've shown to actually have a little bit more strategy in Avant. Avant, where they come strong is their crossfire. However, if the rotation, they're playing the mind game, crossfires are irrelevant. At this point, Breakaway Esports just looking really good with their setup.
They really are. They're just coming in strong. And
gotta say
they're
this,
not
they do have a crossfire.
Aggression.
They're going to be aggressive through Canal at the moment at this point. Soldier able to take one very quickly, so they're not exposing it all. They've got a couple in heaven. The rotation now, this is going to hurt for Breakaway. They caught a little bit of nades through to the bomb site. One goes down. They do get the bomb plant. It's left. Lamas left. Very close as Elusive hunting at the moment. Sees Lamas and he goes down. So Avant, finally, they buy up. They get the round right. And they get the defuse here. Breakaway losing this round, and Avant getting the second for the game.
Finally being able to get into a proper full buy. It is once again, they needed that full buy just to come back into it. And now Breakaway, when they dropped almost all their utility just to flood into the site, they didn't really have any way to control the team fight apart from maybe dropping one Molotov or incendiary, and that was about it. So they need to be a little more passive and conservative in the way they're dropping utility to control the site. It's one thing to rush onto it just to successfully get the bomb plan. It's another thing to just get caught off guard by Wafia just with that. Oh my god.
Elusive taking a little bit of damage as well from construction. They'll just hold back at the moment, Avant. They got the advantage in numbers. So Breakaway Sports, certainly not impossible with 3 members to work one site as the angles are there for them. They do have that confidence and utility sitting in their belt. AVANT, even though winning that last game, wouldn't have all the bells and whistles hanging around. Probably the advantage this round is they do have a diffuse kit, so they can play a little bit more of a time game if that bomb goes down now, under a minute. AVANT just holding. Calls need to be made here by Breakaway Esports. A little bit of confusion from them, just showing that they're not confident in this play.
Yeah, the commitment's not there. They're playing it very slowly, and it's not working out for them. I mean, definitely aggression wouldn't meet them, but right now, able to get those double kills, but it's just looking like this is pretty much another round going for AVANT.
Low HP. Noja with the one. Will grab the bomb, but the nade will finish him off. That would have been the call as well. They do check the logs, reporting on HP levels, and Noja would have been down low. So they capitalise on the nade onto the site, and AVANT 2 in a row. Bringing this right back to sort of little traces of Inferno here, where Breakaway, they ran away very early, and AVANT bring themselves back into it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a few rounds before we gonna be a bit before we actually see what happens.
Still a bit of a story to be told,
repeats.
isn't there?
Yeah. Have to wait and see, because again they managed to get tie up, take the lead, 2 more rounds, so then it was like 5-7, and then Breakaway just took it back.
Well, at this point here, AVANT's economy is not the greatest. If they lose, if they win, they hold well, and they can rebuy into it. Breakaway have another buy-in after this as well. So, you know, round 10 wouldn't be so harsh. It's probably what comes after round 11 for either side if they struggle. Especially everyone goes down here, and it's a full trade fest. A lot of players working up at A long at the moment. There'll be a conversion through bathrooms connector, as you say, a boost as well for the flower bed, if they can try and get it. And then the funny thing is, we're not going to see the man of Moose Breeder, and that's Andy going down. Wifia was there as well to make a counter play. So finally, we see AVANT having an eye on long A, and they're able to take advantage, getting one player down. Oh my goodness. Why would you not check?
I don't know. This is, why wouldn't you check long is also a good question, but here we go. Breakaway in a very good position to take this back, actually. They do manage to get the plant, and oh, look at J-Raw. He's at truck. He could catch him off guard, gets the double kill. And here's the 2v1. Can Moose Breeder clutch it out? It's possible, but...
Can I just answer that quickly?
Just throw a nade and end it.
No. He's not going to clutch it. They know he has an AWP as well, so they're going to make the angles a little bit more difficult for him. And straight away, he doesn't check long, where the patient like here was waiting for him. Breakaway, they pick the round back up, and AVANT in a bad situation here in terms of money. Will they force into it? A couple of deagles by the high-end players, I believe they'll do here. They'll bring it down to a certain level. A scout, okay, so the Raz is forcing in, but everyone else just on the anti-eco. This is a little scary for AVANT. I suppose they've got the money to do that as well.
I wouldn't say so. If they want to really try to come back from this round, they've only been able to come back from Breakaway when they've had a full buy. Now Breakaway can kind of be more lenient about how they expend their utility and resources, and just be more aggressive as well. And
I think the trick with AVANT here on the eco is not to let them know they have an eco, so the utility can be expended early. But at that point, they've realised now, and they're going to start to take a little bit more aggression towards them as, well, parties exposed. One went down. That's Wifia. I was realised as well. I've been calling him Wifia. Where's the E? There's no E. Wifia. That's where it's at. Raz taking a little bit of a tag here, but he's able to take one, and Lamas, and there'll be an AK, I believe, picked up here. At this point, there's a rotation around Monster and a frag going down. This is AVANT, not in a good position.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the slight eco that they've done.
They're holding the bomb.
An AK.
They're holding the bomb at the moment, so nothing can be done in terms of Breakaway Esports, and all that needs to be played out is time here. Soldier, though, got one below him, and this is going to be scary. There it is. So no noise being made by Noisia. Soldier goes down, and now they'll get this bomb with 20 seconds. It'll be a full push to one side, elusive. Oh, he's hearing footsteps, misses the headshot, and then he's unable to get any more shots onto his player, and yeah, that's a wobble if you do it. 7-3 in favour of Breakaway Esports, and well, they're running away with this map, I dare say. Yes, it was an eco, but there's too many ecos for AVANT. That has to be the last one from them. They're going to stop this.
I would have been such a big fan of the full save because they really need the full buy to be able to come back at them with a vengeance. But we'll see how they go with 3 Augs and 4, some flashes and smokes to see what they can do. But, I mean, really, I mean, that's a way to start off. That is an aggressive push, yeah. Nice disengage. They are going to be able to keep that advantage. And now Moose Breeder's just going to hang out at long. And now they have somebody watching it. But they do manage to get with ya. So, right them up at the moment. I think they're just kind of going to see what they can do here. It looks like they're going to be pushing towards A. Maybe try to get a couple of frags. No, he's going to try to gather some information. Does manage to live with 34 HP. Runs back into pipe.
Well, they've got an extra man here, but low HP. So very quickly this can fall away for Breakaway. But if they can get the entry or work the extra man onto it, well, I was going to say, it'd be advantageous. And at this point, Llama's down. And now they have to force to work Monster. And it's going to be nothing but a spray and some aggression coming from AVANT Gaming. They hold it. Now 2v2. Bomb. It's not planted as of yet. And Moose, well, he's on the rotation at this point. As there's no noise being made, and it's a real laid back position in terms of AVANT Gaming. Now the bomb to be put down. They're there waiting for us. Looking for a head. It's not going to be Raz.
Oh,
now
Andy
he sees
missed.
it. Oh my goodness. Moose as well has the AWP, so this is not easy for him to make the shot. He tries to flick on the side.
Ooh,
There's Andy finally getting his shot off. And Moose now a 1v2 plus bomb. This seems to be impossible. He misses his shot. That's Moose. And Andy will finish it off. A battle of orps at the B bomb site. Rather confusing in my mind, going, well, how could that be a thing in today's CS? But it is, and it sees Breakaway Esports have the 8th round of this half. AVANT Gaming struggling at this point, and back on to an anti-eco they go.
My goodness. Well, certainly Breakaway isn't showing any fatigue at all. It's either they just get outplayed or they have the control of the map, and it's just really good to see that Andy getting some really nice precision shots at the moment. Nice flash though. Does manage to get Nausea off guard, and do manage to pick up an AK and walk away with that. And we'll see if Elusive's able to hold on to it this time. They do manage to get a kill with it as well. Now they have the person's advantage. There are just some rounds that I just go like, how do you win this?
It's very hard here, and I think you pointed out the key factor. But they really needed to make sure that they had the eco rounds in place, saved as much money as possible so they could play into this round. Now, I don't know what's happened to Breakaway at this point. They had the guns, and they've completely been nullified here. Raz, well, he's gone taken down by Haz, and a straightaway count. So AVANT bucking the trend of Breakaway.
Not being aggressive.
Bucking the trend of full buys as well. In terms of them playing it with next to nothing in their arsenal. They actually finally pick one up, and that is going to be one that breaks the camel's back and gets them back into this game.
Ugh. They managed to not be aggressive. If they went aggressive, they only went as far as towards the area of bathrooms, get a pick, and then they fall back. It's just, that's the magic of CS sometimes. You just, the instincts and the will to survive will outweigh the need of utility and higher damage output weapons.
Oh, Moose, unlucky. And, well, with you, I don't know what you're doing walking into a spray line. They will both go down, and that is a Breakaway entry point now. It will cause a full rotation. Well, not a full, but at least 2 to come over from the A bomb site just to hold B. And now Breakaway, all they really need to do is just pick a couple more frags and end this round off. I don't think they even need to plan at this point. It was just a poor lapse of judgment from AVANT Gaming.
Yeah, you kidding me? It's just unbelievable. Oof. It's very impressive from Breakaway able to come back after what AVANT did. So, being good on to them, dropping some utility, but they have the ability to do so, and they only have to worry about 3 members. Soju, though, is one of those members, and they've been doing very, very well.
Yeah, this is clever. Clever push. They sent 2 in to put the utility on the B bomb site, cause the rotation.
Yeah, they caught him off guard.
Meanwhile, the bomb is actually at a bomb site. And poor old Lucifer, he's left thinking it's going to be B, but it's A. So save in play right now. He wouldn't want to clutch this. I would like this from Breakaway to hunt him as well. Take him out. Or AVANT. Lucifer. Back at the playground. I don't think Breakaway are going to search that side. They'll search for spawn. I believe that. They'll just get out of there wanting to save. So, 5 alive at the end of this round. 1 for an AVANT that will hold an 8k. They will be able to buy up next round as the cash is in their favour. Breakaway starting to build their economy back up. Going for the next 2 rounds with full buy, and they'll be able to get another full buy in as of next round of AVANT. Stretching.
Almost nobody died. So,
they're stretching their economy right now, and that suggests to me that potentially, if they don't get these these hold entry shots, they're going to probably not get any more rounds of this and allow Breakaway to go 11-4 at half.
Yeah, well, I mean, these slight egos don't let them go all out, so this is very difficult.
Oh, elusive.
And also, they've invested either to one site or the other, not really trying to space it out where they just, like, allowed Breakaway to get into these sites. You know, they either go in for a full team fight and get caught off guard. They managed to get a double kill, though, so that's fine on them. Oh, Andy, please, I beg of you.
Andy doing some random things, but unfortunately he exposes himself a little bit and doesn't listen for sound. That one going against him. And AVANT get themselves back into it with a hold. It looked like Breakaway was going to roll with that one as well. Just a couple of little questionable things from these guys that just undoes them.
It's a real head turner.
Like, we expect some
Why were they
random things to happen, right? It's expected in a game to make a clutch situation work for you, but sometimes there's some odd things happening, and well, unfortunately for Andy, had no idea someone was waiting right there for him. The CT's in a good position, holding long very aggressively. AVANT Gaming start with an advantage. Wouldn't it be a good half if it was 9-6 at the end of this AVANT?
It would be literally inferno.
You think so?
Yeah, that's how the first half ended.
We would go there. Just reminding everyone, it was AVANT that took the first map of Inferno 31-29. So, Breakaway. They're wanting to make sure they can take this map out and go to a third, give themselves a chance. They're heading to the semi-final. Now here's the entry, and Soju holding with you as well. And they just finish any sort of advance. That was AVANT Gaming. Rather, Breakaway that just swaps the names, and I get confused to who's what. 9-6 half time. It's in the favour of Breakaway Gaming. Now they're on CT side. AVANT done enough, I think, to give themselves a chance, but Breakaway. How do they hold on their CT side? What do they do? Where's it come from here? You've seen these teams. You've been watching them a little while. What are your thoughts in terms of this half?
It's almost exactly the same thing. Either playing way too passively that the other team was able to commit some really great plays and just take advantage and go aggressively where they should not be able to go aggressive, and then either they just didn't have enough utility to control the fight as to where they wanted to go, so the other team just was free to move about the cab and take control of that, or blank, huge rotate. a lot of mind games that sometimes Breakaway would do. Just, you know, get a couple of frags on B and then just land on A and vice versa. It's just really all very much the same, and it's very good plays from both sides, one not playing the other. And you know, it's again what happened in Inferno. But now with Overpass, it's just a little more valuable to hold onto that utility longer. And you know, it's now a big question of how Breakaway handles, you know, fighting Avant. And I want to see how Avant holds on to this utility. They've been pretty good about being reserved with it. Whenever they had the time to fully invest, I want to see less Happy go around, see a full save, because obviously they have such a hard time when they aren't able to fully buy up. So, you know, just take that into account.
Well, second half is live, and we have a full T squad heading up along A. Question is, what is going to be the force that counters this rampant push? We got Jara one side and Lamas the other. Their combination tonight, well, I don't know if it has been the best, but it's going to be tested now. There's a flash and bang, Jara's gone. And look at Avant just wiped the sight. Holy molies, they're going to absolutely have a field day here. They should be able to put the bomb down. This point, Andy, no way able to get that, and poor Hazard, well, he's going to have to try and retake against 3.
It's got full health.
That's the bonus, and Whiffier's on 5, so bang, there goes Whiffier. He's able to get 2 more here. He's got some information in terms of where they are now, just about the heads, but I think he needs to push. Is AVANT Gaming, they have the bomb ticking, and they don't need to do much here. Has he got what it takes? There's one. Lines up the second, but it's not going to be there. Elusive denies any sort of Hazard retake. And they hold on here. That's a good round by AVANT Gaming.
A really solid try from Hazard. It was not impossible. It was just unfortunately they didn't have enough time. To, you know, they just wasn't working for them. And now they're going to go for this buy. A lot of flashes. Going to be probably a very aggressive push. We'll see what happens here. This means that if they go into the third round of this second half, it won't be a full buy round. It will just only be a slight buy if they want to. We'll have to wait and see.
On line 7 at the moment, Breakaway. Not an easy game, considering Inferno was such a marathon. So many rounds played out. Question is, does that happen again in this one? Do we get that back and forth and fair? It's all about the strategy of Avant. How does it go under the pressure? Does Breakaway hold on the CT side? At the moment it's getting tested, and as a trade out tags as Monster gets worked, and down goes the CT. Here's the Avant. Working into the B bomb site, securing it well. Got the guns in hands as well. Breakaway. Going to be a hard one to Andy. As well with the scouts and a deagle for Jara. This is a situation where I think you just got to go. You can't let this one ponder for a little bit. This is
how do you deal with a scout?
Well, you just go deagle. Go the pistol as well. 2 pistols. There is
MP7.
MP7, as you said, it picked up by Jara, so it gives him a little bit more of a position. And now they're looking for exits. So they're going to save this here and potentially take some guns off of Avant. That's probably not a bad move if they can collect the right side of this. But the back down through Monster. And we'll get away from any pressure. Jara, though, well, he's peaked when he shouldn't have. Raz will take him out. That gun gone, and they're going to save a scout. But how much value is that really? I don't think it's much value to save
this
around
round
it.
had no value for them.
No, and the money situation is not great either. You won't see much coming out in terms of utility.
No. There's a lot of reasons why you see a lot of the time if you lose the pistol, you give the second round, because when you go into the third round, you have enough to buy into it, a full buy as well. I mean, the pistol can only economically take it so far. So when you just go for a full save, or at least buy 1 flash here or there, then pretty much you try to dent the economy and then get ready for a buy, and then that's where you start building back to your momentum. Not right after the second round.
Well, the position of the front pillar in terms of a CT hold has been exploited a couple of times. Llamas been taken out. Again, the big bomb site getting pushed, still not secured. They've got players all over, and well, they've managed to pick two, Whippier and Soldier, down for AVANT. There comes a flying CT and shut down. It's left with Andy again with the scout, and when you know it, he's backing off. I believe he wants to save again. My friend, is the time in the game where you need to grow. Well,
no, they're not saving. They're not saving.
Oh, he's not saving. He's rotating. Well, I was going to say, it is grow some balls, man up, and make a play. It's a 1v1 with a bomb down.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the right opening. Andy's just.
Oh, he's actually not bomb down at the moment. So clever. He's waiting for the bomb to be planted.
Well, they just picked up the bomb.
Oh, so does the tap. Oh, he's going to get exposed. What? Well, I said it myself. Maybe he's listening. You can't use a pistol in a situation when it comes to a scout because you lose too much time. At least you can double tap, and he certainly double tapped the head there. AVANT lose that round. Andy with a clutch of the pistol. Oh, he's certainly manned up. He's certainly got large balls.
Please, I beg you.
Well, I had to do it. He called me out. He called me out in game, okay?
Yeah, fair enough. Well, alright, we'll see how their shot calling is in game, though, and see what they can do with what they have. They have, you know, the odds, they have everything set up. They're just gonna mow him down here. Hazard gets a nice double along with Andy, helping him out. It gets a triple as well before they go out, but they certainly done their job. Loose was the last one remaining.
Yeah, and he's just going to wait for a little bit of noise here, but the headshot from Andy, he is on target right now. On song. You can't miss a shot, Andy. Nicely done. I mean, to think Inferno, he was struggling a little bit with the AWP. Yes, he's the main. He's switched around to obviously an assault rifle, and yeah, he's killing it right now. I'm really enjoying the play from Andy.
Of course, we say that now, and then we cast the curse.
Yeah, well, I don't want to cast the curse, but I'm going to cast the curse. Has sitting on 27 kills, pretty much doubling the score of Andy. So, Breakaway Esports need a couple more to pick up their game.
That's a good way to start trying to build things back up. That is one fact. It does dent the economy a little bit. I mean, the economy is not the greatest of things, so the more expensive you can make it for Breakaway, the better.
Has got some sight. Whippier hasn't really had the best of position, and he's just asking for it at the moment. They want that peak game to be played out. Advantage here with AVANT. Got to be aggressive. Oh, well, he's been aggressive here for Breakaway. And can do some damage if he just finds some people, and he's got around the communications around the back, and he sees one. How's he going to play this? They don't know he's behind him. Eventually, it's going to show, and he does get the frag down. Two sitting at long, walking in. Llamas, he's holding the A bomb site as well. It's exploited, and he's making an executive decision to head down into the connector, and he gets spotted as well. The bomb does go down, and they haven't realized because there's no one on site.
They're set up quite nicely.
AVANT. Opportunity to bring this for a knife securement, but it's not going to be with absolute large shots going through. Still a couple left here, 2v2. Well, 2v3, well, and make it a 2v2 now. Soldier with the deagle down to 20, but the bomb's ninja defused straight away. They're not too far, and they were holding it. Great security coming through from Breakaway, and they take it to 12.
A lot more convincing command plays, great communication, and also understanding what everybody's role is. Just being able to protect the diffuser is absolutely huge, and also on top of that, nice rotation coming from under, just being able to catch AVANT off guard. Even though they were prepared for them to come up that way, they were able to get the picks. They were at least going to be able to get the trade if that was the case, but they managed to not. So, I mean, just really good committing plays. Breakaway had no hesitation there. And Avant had little, they had what they work with, which was just a bunch of deagles. Now Avant, after the slight eco, had some utility, but I don't know if it's enough.
Well, Breakaway to take it into a third map. Remember, Avant, they took out Inferno after a 2-hour series here in the quarterfinals for the Mountain Dew League. Absolutely crazy stuff for Breakaway. They want a third map, and they want to test us casters to how far our voices can potentially go.
Test everybody.
Yeah, they're testing everything. As I said, elusive. We're in the tunnel doing well. Construction, Jared down. Looks for another pick here at Toxic. Can't get it. He's counting the CT. He's holding at the moment. That's Breakaway. Still the pressure. At a bomb site is where it needs to go. That one is dropped. And Raz. A shoulder shot. Bang! Oh, picks one into the back of the staircase of Bank. Says, thank you very much for coming. I'll take that. And well, I'll tell you what. Lamas is waiting for him to push through, thinking, oh, he'll be in. But the bomb's all the way back at the staircase. 2 stairs. 20 seconds. Oh, my goodness. I hope he gets... This is going to have to be a flush push straight plan.
They have enough time to get to be in.
And it proposes the question here, Lamas. When does he rotate? Now, he knows he's not coming. The bomb will go down with 2 seconds left. And Lamas, he knows.
What a play.
He's going to have to search every corner, and Raz, all he's got to wait is for a tap. Lamas with some utility, so is Raz. There's a set there, and he needs to smoke this now. The information's given.
Exactly
He's just going to push it. He's got a tap. He's on it, and Raz comes out, shoots in the smoke. The Ninja takes them out of Avant Gaming. They pick up the 9th, and they stay within a whisker.
In the immortal words of every single CSGO player. Nice.
I'll take that as a compliment. that would be Raz's point.
Well, hey, it was a very nice round. And I just, am absolutely shocked that they won that. That was such a clever way. And it would have been so great if that was not, but, we'll just go ahead and take that kill. It's just looking... I'm getting Inferno vibes. I can't take this right now.
I'm seeing it happen where we get more OT. Both of these teams so super close, but think about the caliber of the competition and semi-finals. The next run they're going to go to. Just remember how intense these things get. They all scrim each other. Right now, it's Eastside Avant Gaming holding connector and more leaning towards the B bomb site, so the pressure on Noisier. And Lamas. I suppose it's a funny way of saying his name. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Pretty much had the whole night to figure it out. But now, a chance here for an Avant. The strategy has been pretty good so far on the 2 side. Breakaway just getting a couple lucky endings to go in their favour. If it goes down, they're happy to take that frag. Still some hesitation coming from Avant. Now they decide they're going to have to make a play and start to move. They work through construction and for Monster. They get the opening frag. That's big bomb site cleared, leaving a split CT defense and Breakaway. And maybe this is a round where they have to let this go. It's only just Hazard with the M4.
Hazard's been an absolute masterful player to see if he can clutch this out, but I feel
if he's a player to clutch, he's the one to do it.
For the save.
Yeah.
Agreed though. Agreed on the clutch factor though.
And he could certainly do it. He's been lining up the heads quite well tonight. And like you said, kit's such a crucial thing, and it's something we've been seeing as well from both teams, not really buying them because of the financial situation in terms of where they're sitting. Their economy suffering. Well, there'll be another one. And Avant, well, they're going back and forth at the moment with rounds, and economy just getting a little bit twisted for the Breakaway side. They're sitting super low. At this point, do they force the buy-in with that M4 in the arsenal, or do they stack a site? That's one thing I haven't seen. I suppose there's a strategy that you'll probably get on the wild side in terms of a play, but Wouldn't you love to stack an M4 and just have a whole lot of pistols aiding it? It'll work wonders.
It would. It really would. But my
But
gosh.
what? But what?
What do you want me to say, Biza? This has been...
You're countering
back
my
in-
argument right now. Oh, no, it's all good.
I have nothing else to say except they win this with pistols and then for them.
They're gods.
Gonna go home.
Are you not home? You're at the internet cafe.
Oh no, I am home. I mean, in a mental state. I'm going home. My brain is like, I can't take this. I don't have enough sleep in my system for this. It shouldn't.
It's not easy,
right
is
now,
it?
Yeah, they have the first advantage.
I mean, you're in America, it's AM. It's AM time right now if you're in America. It is early morning time as Raz gets snapped and has, look at him go, he makes it a free K to finish it off. In fact, it's an ace to finish this round off. Breakaway Esports, yikes.
I'm going
My goodness. Oh, Az. You lost for words? Yeah, goodbye. I think his brain is farted out of oblivion. There's a brain buster for you. Probably that makes no sense at this point. 13-10, I'm just going to dig myself out of that one. AVANT Gaming. Tricky position for them, and Comedy not so bad in terms of buying into this round, but this one goes down for them. They're in a whole world of trouble. DTs able to hold for now. Elusive down. Has with ya, taking a bit of damage. Too bad in terms of T's. AVANT now. Gonna have a little peek into the B bomb site. Boldrew. Well, too slow in terms of turning that flick in the aim. Noisy was waiting, and the spray completely nullified him, took him out of this one. Breakaway. Slowly edging this round into their favour, just by some simple movements of AVANT Gaming and positioning. Mind you, Andy's down. That's a pick up at the party room, I believe, at that point. Raz cleaning out the site, the back of the staircase, CT staircase, and now they hold the A bomb side. This is going to be another one. This time AVANT countering and Breakaway. I think they're going to back off here.
Well, I don't know what to say, but this is, once again, a bomb has been planted. They're going to see what they can do here. I think they're just going to go for the save. I mean, AVANT is slowly making their way back up, but every time that Breakaway has won a round, it has made the economy very, very wonky for AVANT, because they've just been trying to keep up some kind of momentum, whether that's with their weaponry and the amount of firepower that they have, or is it just from a standpoint of what they're trying to be able to keep up with, just like catching up with rounds and tying it up. Mind you, that every round they win, they're just trying to catch up. They're not trying to take the lead. Well, they are trying to take the lead. They're just like trying to stay alive. And this is Breakaway again. They could bring this to map 3, and if they go to Inferno, things could look really dicey. Because not Inferno, I'm sorry, Mirage. If they go to Mirage, things could look really dicey, because Mirage is a really good map for Breakaway.
We've already had Inferno. I think things are dicey as it is. The way this is going, regardless, I think Mirage is a call. Breakaway just really have to hold. AVANT, they've shown strengths tonight in terms of this map. They've got some strategy. They're able to pick and play. I think that's a good thing for them. It's just all about how Breakaway play this end game and how they set themselves up. And this time it's more of a crossfire leaning towards B. Execution. Been set by AVANT. They're able to get the first pick, and Jared's down. He hasn't really had a huge influence in terms of Breakaway Esports, so that's not a bad thing, but Noisy now down. Moose, they're just opening this B side up. They don't realize there's two more waiting. They get the third. They think it's going to clear. They still shoot. Here's the spray has. He's been tight so far. Can't get the next one. That one dropped, and it's got Andy on the rotation through heaven, but he has to duck out. The AWP, wrong timing for this. However, he's been doing so well, you never know. He might just clutch with it. And saying that, that is the good old Caster's Curse that we really should bottle up and sell because it seems to work a treat. Breakaway Esports lose that one. It's Avant Gaming bringing it back. Now 1 round difference between these two.
There's actually somebody named Jevons in our circle of casters who has the worst of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Literally, we'll just start a sentence and the opposite will happen. Like, you at least get to finish your sentences. He doesn't.
Oh, I wonder if there's a sponsor. The Caster's Curve. Oh my god. The Caster's Curve perfume by Dolce or something like that. I don't know. I'm just going to give up on that one. Yeah, curse. It's the tongue twister.
What's a really big caster with a good caster curse?
Do you know what happens when you... Sorry, say that again?
No, Mitch, our producer referenced that Sponge has a really bad caster curse. So I've
hands
rarely
down.
seen... I've never seen... well, I have seen him curse... not curse. I've seen him
Good
cast
old
him only
Chad.
once in a while.
You want to know a little interesting fact about Chad?
Yeah?
I know him in real life.
Oh, that's very nice.
I went to high school with him.
Oh, wow.
That's about it.
Do you keep in touch with him?
No, I don't.
Wow.
He wasn't in my circle of friends, but yeah, oh, there you go.
Well, good on Chad.
Good old Chad. Good old Sponge. I love Sponge. You'll never forget him. Perf boy. Perf local boy. I love him. The only one to really go overseas, make it big in CS.
Yeah.
They say the best comes from WA.
Casting?
Renegades.
Was he on Renegades? I thought he was on something else.
Team Vox. Yeah, Vox Seminole. That was the Australian side. But yeah, it was Renegades the last one. Regardless, 13-all right now. Let's get back to this game. Breakaway. Well, they had a breakaway and they completely lost it. Avant right back into this, and here they go. It's Raz being the sharpshooter. He pushed aggressively and paid for it. And his life is leaving Hazard left to take on 2, and Soju and Mouse. He will get 1, and now the AWP to take out.
That was a lot of rounds unloaded.
Oh, I can't see the head. He's looking at the wrong side, and Moose lines it up perfectly. Avant
took the lead, but can they get the match point? That's my big question.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. Thank you very much, Bermy. That's crazy stuff, right? You're welcome. That's all you got to say. Perfect stuff right now. Chat, the question is asked. Avant Gaming, do they finish this off? We know potentially they could. And it is a forced by Breakaway. They had the chance to really push this to a third map, but they're just giving it away. How aggressive does Avant be here?
That's where they need to be. Enough to close it out. Let's see. Slight ecos, no real utility. They actually don't need to be really that aggressive. They can kind of just let Breakaway come to them, and they would be absolutely fine. As long as they're not caught off guard or try to go for any fancy.
I think at this point, Breakaway wouldn't want to be playing an aggressive game. They need to be a little bit more chilled. Play the stacks correctly, and Avant will look to search.
Oh, they're laying. Oh, yeah, Avant is letting them just go. Oh, Hazard's gonna either pop up or they're just gonna. Oh, Jesus! The boost! Why would you boost? What is this?
They boost into open space. Hazard picks 2, but he's countered.
What was that?
This is where Avant can play the rotation here because Breakaway straight away are moving, and now they have to really get into the site and make something of it. It's going to be a full force affair as the bullets come flying through the site and players going down. I can't keep hold of this. It's going to be a CT hold. Breakaway leveling it out, and Avant just a couple little mistakes. We're seeing this in Inferno, and again, it just happens to be the little mistakes that cost them rounds where they could be right ahead. OT potential right now. It's first to 15. We've got 14 rounds through this game. Well, should I say 28?
I hate this and love it at the same time.
I don't hate it. I love it. More the better. More viewers, the better. They love overtime. They love seeing it as well.
Okay. Good on you. Well, GG, I guess. We're gonna
Hold
see
the
them
horses,
line up.
Hazard. Oh my God, Hazard looking to try and 4K with you coming through. Noise, yeah. Well, this is going to be Avant going down to this point and Breakaway. Who has the better economy here? Well, it's the better economy sits with Avant. They'll be able to buy into next round. With you's got to do something here and he goes down as the bomb was dropped forward of where he was playing.
Out.
So the question is, does it? Yeah, well, you say it's going to be even out. I think maybe not. Maybe not at this point. There should be, or there's a pause. So they're going to decide how they're going to buy up at this point. Who gets what money's spent. This is real for Avant Gaming. They don't want a third map here. OT. And they get another chance with a full buy. But Breakaway, right now, they do not want to let Avant get any sort of momentum into this round, let alone overtime and take the series in 2. Seriously, they want to fight to a third map.
Possibly they're maybe also using the breather as well. Just to get their head clear.
I think, yeah, the point is here is they're a little bit clustered in what's going on. They lost that around to some silly things before.
This is it.
They've got to make this play right.
I'm feeling map 3 here. Not
Breakaway.
enough utility.
Breakaway in a good position. It's all about aim here for an Avant. Make the shots. It won't be quick play. It should be slow. They need to bait out the utility as well. So slowly. Somehow they have to identify the stack, and it's not going to be the case. Noisia, right now, Breakaway on the way through. This is all about the spray and play here. There is no nades to try and push him out of that corner, so he's loving life. They're going to back off the tees. No way they're going to get through that one.
Yeah, it's not looking good in any given situation. They've used a good amount of utility, lost some weapons with just not really good health, and I mean, pretty much they have both sides locked down for the most part. I mean, this is looking very strong, and they're now going to get information. Andy's going to let them know, and we're going to see the rotations coming in over for A.
And he's going to send out ahead. He doesn't connect. They're going to spray him out and put a little pressure on him, so a chance here of Avant. Rotation, though. Hazard goes down. Rotation's coming through out this second. The bomb hasn't been planted as of yet. Now it goes down in a safe plant for them, but there's one rotating back through the stairs, and well, dropped the bomb before it was planted, and it's going to see around, not in terms of Avant, but Breakaway. We're going to go to a third map, and holy mollies, it was a close match for Avant.
Mirage is a really good map for Breakaway, so this could be it. So,
yeah. I'll tell you what, Avant had the position to really take that game as well. Breakaway pulled it back.
True.
So it's a really well played. At the end of the day, Avant will be kicking themselves at the opportunity they had. But it's going to be the first to decide at Mirage. It's going to be where we're at. Guys, listen, it's time for us to take a break. And whatever you guys are doing, it's time for you to take a break as well. Whatever you do, don't miss this third map. It's going to be the decider. Team goes through into the semi-final. We'll see you right after this.